Hello and welcome to the movie universe. I'm your host, Movie Fan, here to do that Power Rangers podcast I promised. Of course, I've already invited a few friends. Not everybody's here yet, but I know they'll show up. First, I want to introduce y'all to... Well, why don't you introduce yourself, pal?
Alright, what's going on, everyone? My name is Celestia Lambert, your ever-loving nerd, and if you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, then you know what I'm all about. But if you're not, then I'll give a quick explanation. So, I'm mostly a gamer. I've been streaming Dragon Age Origins as of late. I'm almost done with that, and then I'm going to move on from there. But other than that, mostly, I am a very, very dedicated Power Rangers fan. And that's why we're here today, to just celebrate Power Rangers. And Super Sentai.
Right. Of course, definitely. And of course, you all know me. I love Power Rangers. I was here from day one, baby.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've been with it ever since I was 2.
Rock on, man. Okay, we got another. Here comes my friend Jonathan, the reviewer.
Hey.
Hello, movie fan. And
hey,
it's great
Jonathan.
to meet you, Celestia.
Nice to meet you too, Jazz Watch. Nice to meet you.
So, of course, as movie mentioned, he's a hardcore Power Ranger fan, and of course, I'm also a hardcore Power Ranger fan as well.
Nice. Sorry if I don't have my cam on. I'm not exactly set up for it right now.
Don't worry about that. Well, of course, before we get to the main live stream, I have a special announcement for everyone, to all Power Ranger fans everywhere in this channel.
Yep.
And that, of course, ever since, of course, we all know who David Yost really is. He was
the Blue Ranger.
The OG
exactly,
Blue Ranger.
The original Blue. And ever since he left the show in 1996 with Power Rangers Zeo, we have not ever heard anything from him ever since.
Of course.
Yep, that's true. Well, I have. I met him at a Comic-Con a couple years ago. But still.
Lucky.
I know.
He's coming back. This time as Warlord Vex.
Wait, what?
It's true, man.
Yeah. Yes, Celestia, my friend, is back after years of waiting that we have never heard from him ever since, except from Power Morphicon.
Okay, when was this news dropped? Because I've heard nothing about this.
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
It's true, man.
I've heard nothing about this.
Now you know.
Yep.
Dude, let's go.
If I could figure out how to post images on here, I would. Right now, I'll just have to pass it to you guys. Now, you already know, Jonathan, so I'll pass it to you through Discord.
That's fine.
Whoops.
Oh my god, dude. David frickin' Yost is coming back. Let's go, baby.
Right?
I know.
Who doesn't love David Yost?
Now, and of course, it's coming on YouTube, coming soon this summer, I think.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, here's the image right now.
And this is for Dino Fury?
No, it's more of an independent thing, one of those fan film kind of things.
Oh, okay, cool.
Kind of like how Jason Frank is doing the Legend of the White Dragon or something like that?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Something happened to Jay's watch.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Sometimes that happens to him. Well, we'll get him back soon. I know we will. Oh, and Jonathan, just a suggestion. You might want to try and go without the camera. It does help work a little better on this setup without the camera. Just a thought, man. Now, here we go. I got it.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm back now.
Awesome.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can try to come up with your own avatar while you're at it, bro.
Like I did.
Yeah, or me.
Oh my god, dude. I'm not gonna lie, that news kind of made my day. Like, I freaking love David Yost.
I know.
Oh my god.
He was a real nice guy too. He really was. It
I
was
wish-
nice meeting him too.
Of course,
I
we
wish I
all-
could have met him.
Well,
We all
you
miss
know,
David Yost
Yeah.
on screen.
I mean, yeah.
I'm sure sooner or later you'll meet him. He goes to a lot of Power Morphicons and Comic Cons. That's how I met him. So
God, the last fucking
That's
freaking
true.
Comic Con.
Mhm.
Last freaking Comic Con I went to was
now
all the way
I
back
could
in, like,
imagine.
yeah. What?
Yep, and of course we also get the original actors to come back as their different roles, like such as Andros, such as the actor who played Andros, the Red Space Ranger. He's coming back
Right.
as another character, Catherine Sutherland,
news to
also
me.
known as Cat the Pink
oh, Cat's
Zeo.
coming back. Oh, dude.
And yeah, I'm still not much of a fan of her, but I'm glad that she's going to be on screen as well. Also,
her well
Jessica
enough.
Rae, who is best known as, and of course Jessica Rae, who is known as Elisa, the White Wild Force Ranger. She's going to be in it as
yeah.
well, as
That's
but this time
Nice.
with the power of the Ninjetti.
Ooh,
Love the sound of that actually.
that does sound
Yeah, I
kind of
know.
cool.
I mean, I saw that episode and it was amazing. Seeing both Ninja Steel and Wild Force in one single episode with the team of Ninja Storm. Oh, which by the way, the actor that played Brody,
Mm,
the Red Ninja Steel Ranger, also reprised his
Yeah.
role,
nice.
and that happens to be in the very first episode.
Awesome.
Nicely done.
Yeah, totally.
Now, of course, all we need to see now from Crimson Vision Studio is that to see if Walter Jones, Amy Jo Johnson, and Jason David Frank will be there. If they
that
do,
would be awesome.
That would be yeah.
dynamite.
That would, in the words of the ghost with the most, better known as Beetlejuice, that would make my millennium right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. But yeah, you know, one of my biggest regrets was I had a chance to meet Robert Axelrod years ago. It was for a anime convention, and unfortunately, I didn't go. And well, we know that was years ago, to be fair. But so there's no way I could have known. But yeah, one
Long
of my
live
big
Lord
regrets.
Zedd, man.
Yeah,
Long
And
live
Finster.
Lord Zedd. And Finster, yeah.
let's see. He was
Yep.
also the Goofish. Yeah, he was the Goofish too, and a couple
Yes,
others.
he will. And of course, those roles are good, but not compared to his best role ever, which happens to be Lord Zedd.
Oh, totally. Lord Zedd is legendary.
I know.
Friggin'
With
damn straight he
all
is.
red, all red and silver, with his with his sinister smile, his vision goggles, his brain, and as well as his staff with a Z, including there are times that you can see duct tape all over.
I remember it.
Yeah. Yes, and I still chuckle about that too.
remember that.
You know,
I'll
I will
never
not
forget
deny, I
that
do
too.
chuckle about that
I will never
myself.
forget
I really won't lie. I do chuckle over that because, yeah, even back then it was pretty obvious. That's what's funny about it. Yeah, looks like my bro Skystub is gonna just stick around in the comments section. So that's all good.
That's fine.
Yeah. Well, as long as he's around, it's all good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so question for really everyone.
Yeah.
In a fight to the death, who would win? The Psycho Rangers from Power Rangers in Space, or A Squad from Power Rangers SPD?
I think to my opinion, it would be, well, I think it will go with the A side.
A Squad?
I don't know. My money's
Yeah,
more
the
on
A
the
Squad.
Psycho Rangers. Because, you know, with the Psycho Rangers, don't forget, they were powerful because well, one, they were getting their power from Dark Spectre, who was the overlord at that time,
Mhm.
and apparently was so powerful that literally he had to be destroyed before Zordon could purify the universe. That's really how it seemed to go. So,
And of
that's a tough
course,
call.
with the A Squad, they are part of minions of Emperor Grum, which turned them from being good guys to being, well, villains.
Now, see, for me, it's a real toughie, and here's why. Because with the Psycho Rangers, as we all should know,
Yeah,
they are really prone to infighting.
That's true. That's very true.
So, more than likely, even though A Squad's helmets are based off the helmet designs of their old enemies, the Space Rangers, they would still kill themselves before they kill the A Squad because of the infighting.
That's true too. And not to mention, even before they started absorbing some of the Power Rangers' power and all that, when they first showed up, the Psycho Rangers, they had some really sweet moves. In fact, they proved to be better fighters, at least until they got whittled down some.
But at the same time, on the other, looking at the other side, looking at A Squad, they're what am I trying to say here? Okay, got it. They're more of a cohesive unit because they've worked together for so long.
That's true too. And
even though their aim is not so good.
Yeah, and let's not forget, for the Psycho Rangers, they had a bad tendency to stab each other in the back. They did that several times, which really costed them dearly.
Exactly. Which is why I am gonna have to side with the J's Watch and say that the A Squad would ultimately come out victorious.
Yeah. Teamwork did prove better overall. I won't lie about that. So, especially for the Rangers themselves, that's what it was all about: teamwork and definitely using your head. That's
Which is why, speaking of using your head, that's why I absolutely loved TJ's little suit mix-up in Power Rangers in Space. I loved that.
That was great.
I loved that scene in specific, where they all came out in the blue color to make the Psychos confused as hell. I loved that.
I know, right?
That was brilliant. That was absolutely
bloody brilliant on TJ's part.
I mean,
totally.
When I saw that part in that episode, I did not see that coming.
Me neither. I absolutely flipped.
I can't help but wonder what kind of work they had to do to make those duplicate costumes just for that scene alone.
God, I know, right? That would have been so much work. Oh my god, that would have been so much work on the costume designer's part.
Yeah, don't forget they also had to duplicate the helmets.
Uh-huh.
I know, right? That is so incredible.
Yeah, go ahead.
And of course, Celestia, what do you think of the two crossovers that happens to be in space?
You're talking about the two team ups?
Yep.
I honestly didn't like Shell Shocked. Like I'm gonna be completely honest. I didn't like that one.
Well, the nostalgia kind of got me just because, but that's about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, let's just say I like the nostalgia or the idea of it, but just because it was Saban's version of the Turtles.
That's
the reason why I don't like that episode.
That's what majorly turned me off.
But at least we got a better version of it, make up for it. At least there's a comic that is a better made up from that version.
Oh yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Also, can we talk about To the 10th
Power? That comic? Oh,
can we talk
about
To
the
10th
comic?
Power?
I also want to know from you, Celestia.
What's up?
Oh, what about To the 10th Power?
Let's go. Dude. Oh my god, to the 10th power.
Well,
and
anyway,
Power of
I would
Pink
like to
are
know
both
about
amazing
True.
episodes.
That wouldn't by any chance be the team up between the
Yeah.
Lost Galaxy Rangers and space, would it?
Yep.
I'll admit, I
Oh
never
yeah,
was a fan of
those
Lost
were very
Galaxy,
good episodes.
but that was a great team up, especially since the Psycho Rangers came
know.
back.
That was an amazing team up.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
I know,
Oh my
that was incredible. And what happened to the Pink Lost Galaxy Ranger, that was intense and so dramatic.
Oh, you're talking about Power of Pink?
Yep, that's right.
And so Astronema
Hmm.
becomes a ranger.
Yep.
I mean, that was incredible. And also, I want to know from you, Cecilia, what do you think about True Blue to the rescue?
Okay, before I answer that, I actually want to talk about Power of Pink real quick.
Sure.
I'm with you.
I understand why. I understand the behind the scenes reasons. I will agree with that. I will definitely agree with that. But going back to what I was saying, I understand the behind the scenes as to why they did what they did with Power of Pink. It's just that was the first time on screen that a ranger died.
Yep, that's true. At least here in this country.
At least here in the West. And oh my god, that got to me. Like I'm not gonna front. That got to me.
No argument here. Even though I kind of checked out with Lost
Like
Galaxy,
I said, so
like after a couple weeks, but yeah, I've looked it up here and there. Yeah, it's true. It was very dramatic. And yeah, it's true. For us, it was definitely the first time that anyone ever officially died, a Power Ranger that is here. But over in Super Sentai, that was a different story because the Green Ranger, he was killed off big time.
Wait, which one?
The Green Ranger from... Yeah, because in Super Sentai Zhu Ranger, better known to us as Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, he was killed off.
Oh yeah,
and that's why you had Red Ranger
I know that.
with the Green Ranger power. But of course, Saban being kid friendly, he just put it down that he lost his powers. That's it.
Yep,
it worked. So who am I to judge?
It works.
And
we just got a comment. A fan of YouTube said. A fan of YouTube said the original show and Power Rangers Zeo were the best.
I totally say so. That's where it all began for us in this country. Definitely.
I could agree with that.
Yeah.
Can you link the stream on Discord so that I can keep up with chat as well?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Let's see. You're talking the actual StreamYard link or the one on YouTube?
No, the YouTube link.
Okay, I can get that. Give me one second here.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised you're not seeing it on your end. But yeah. Here, I'll put it on there right now.
Oh, there we go. Never mind. I got it on my end now. Yeah.
Well, I got it there anyway. Okay. No sweat. No sweat. And yeah, thanks for joining, fan of YouTube. I was hoping you'd be here. For those of you who don't know, or at least haven't been here a while, he's a long-running friend of mine. We've talked a little here and there on our various channels, mostly just through the old text method, And he's a Power Ranger fan as well. Maybe not as dedicated as I am, but he is a Power Ranger fan.
Hey, so long as he's a fan, he's okay in my book.
Hey, that's the way I see it, man. Us Power Ranger fans got to stick together, baby. That's the truth.
Damn straight we do.
Yep.
Damn straight we do.
Okay. Yeah. Here's he's got another one
Oh
for you.
my god! Yes.
Yeah, Dino should have gone another season instead of giving us.
Yeah, there is no denying that.
Once Turbo came along, I just lost interest in the show.
And that is the sad truth. I know I did.
Thank you so much, fan of YouTube. Please do not get me started on Justin. Please don't. Please don't get me started.
Actually,
Oh my
I hate
god.
to
He's
say
only the
this,
tip of the
but
iceberg.
but the thing
Go
is,
ahead,
is
J-Rock.
that I'm kind of only the one who is mixed bag of Justin. I mean, he
5
seems like
years.
a nice kid, and of course, having a kid as a Power Ranger is a good idea. But the thing is, the only flaw that I don't like about it is the execution. But he does have good fighting skills, I would say, and
I
he does
mean,
have good
yeah.
enthusiasm. Let's just say he's like a typical '90s kid.
Yeah,
Or
he
a
was.
Power Ranger
about
fan
that.
kid.
Okay, I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
At the very least, when Saban adapted Gosei Sentai Daidenja into Mighty Morphin Season 2, at the very least, he didn't do what Japan did with the White Ranger.
Yeah, I remember that. He was a kid, and boy, that was pretty pathetic.
Yeah,
14-year-old
I saw that,
who
and
loved to
that
flip
was
skirts.
ridiculous.
I can name one worse, but we can get into that a little later. First, I want to acknowledge fan of YouTube. You're right. It has been 5 years, and yeah, time does fly. There is no denying that. It's hard to believe, huh?
The White Ranger in Daidenja was a 14-year-old who loved to flip skirts.
Also, another flaw that I don't like about is that the white is that they did not use the Die Ranger suits. They leave the Dino. They leave the other way.
Well,
And he got out again.
Oh,
But
dude.
I understood what
he'll
he
be
was
back.
saying.
He'll be back. And I know what he means. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
same.
see how that could be an issue, but for me, that's where it all began, and I loved those old costumes. I know a lot of people
same.
did too. So
I love the Mighty Morphin suits.
yeah, they were the best ones. That's really the reason why he kept it going that way, because he didn't want to lose his
Sorry
audience.
about-
Here we go. We're back. It's okay.
You're fine.
Oh yeah,
We
sorry about that.
we
As I
understood
was
what you were
saying,
saying,
the
though.
only flaw I
Yeah.
don't like about it is the Die Ranger suits, but leave the Zoo Ranger suits here. I don't understand why they. I mean, they shouldn't have done. They should have let the Die Ranger suits come in season 2. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Zoo Ranger suits are memorable, memorable and incredible. But it would have made sense that if they used the Die Ranger.
Yeah, probably, but
It is what it is.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we can say about that. Like I said, I think he just didn't want to lose his audience because everyone had gotten used to that for literally 60 episodes.
Yeah, everyone had gotten used to it.
Yeah. So
that I can understand it.
Yeah.
Moving on to what fan of YouTube said, they didn't explain too much as to why they had to give up the Zeo powers for the turbo powers.
That doesn't make sense either.
That
was one of the worst. That was one of the worst. I don't know what they were thinking with that. I mean, granted, I saw the movie on television. Thank God I didn't go to see it in theaters, or else I would have had to throw my popcorn at the movie screen and walk out of there stomping mad after the first 5 minutes, because my God, that was horrible. That was absolutely horrible. Jonathan, your mic seems to have cut off there, pal.
Yeah, because there was rain
okay.
going on from the end.
Okay.
I have to take care of it.
Okay, I got you. And yeah, that's one of the things that has bugged everyone for years. They literally don't morph, except Kat barely morphs for a second, and for some reason, her morphing is, short-circuited by landing in the water?
What the hell?
More like 0.3 seconds.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Really 0.3
seconds.
Yeah. We just barely get an image of her helmet. Just barely an image of her helmet. Just barely. Yeah. And
I can go with that.
Short circuits.
Yeah, and
we
we just go turbo for no reason, with absolutely no explanation as to why we had to go turbo in the first place. And not to mention, Zordon conveniently had the turbo powers there all along.
They could if it was me, I would say they could just turn the Zeo powers into the turbo powers. Like, morphing the morphers from Zeo to Turbo, then that
Exactly.
way it would have a lot make more sense.
It would
Or
have
at the
made
very
it
yeah.
would have made more sense.
Yeah, or at the very least, do what they did before. They lose their powers and, they have to go turbo, which
Exactly.
makes perfect sense, of course. Or call in an upgrade,
And
take
the
your
worst
pick.
thing, and of course, the worst thing I don't like about Turbo is that if you know the end of Zeo, Lord Zedd said, "We're back," but in the end, they did not become the main villain. Instead,
Yeah.
Diva Talks has to be the main villain of the Turbo series.
Don't even get me started on Diva
And
Talks.
believe me when I say, I've said before, well, right now I'm going to say it for the first time in this live stream. She is the most annoying and the most horrible villain I've ever seen in my whole entire
Don't
life.
even get me
I mean,
There's no
started on
denying
Diva
that. There's no
Talks.
denying
I mean,
it. Oh,
the
I got an
actress,
interesting one right here.
I mean, the actress is good, but the writing is so tolerable.
Anyway, actually, I was gonna read a Hawk's comment real quick.
Oh, sure. Go ahead. Let's start that.
Super Sentai really is on a whole other level, though.
There's no denying that.
Like, Super Sentai is on a whole other level.
Yeah. And it's been going a lot longer
I have
than
not
our
seen
Power
Super
Rangers.
Sentai, though.
You have? Oh my god, dude!
I've only
You gotta
seen the
check it out.
openings, and I've only seen the openings, and that's it.
There's tons of episodes online. There really are. You should check them out one of these days, man.
Or
Maybe I
you
will.
could just probably like go to like Target or Walmart or something like that, and
That's true.
Maybe
pick
I
up
will.
the collections.
That's
Oh,
true. They are
Pick up-
selling them.
Pick up the
and
Super
as for
Sentai collections.
DHR2 Productions
Oh,
said,
hang on.
There we go.
and of course, that Turbo movie, he said, that Turbo movie was a disaster from the get.
Yeah.
It makes zero sense, not to mention how they disrespected Austin St. John and Amy Jo Johnson.
I
Yep.
know. That was ridiculous. And you know what?
They really did do them dirty.
Yeah, and you want to hear something really interesting? I don't know if this is true or not, but supposedly Austin swears by this. The only reason that he came back for that movie was that if he got the chance to play the villain. So the part about him turning evil was apparently his idea. He actually did say that in an interview.
I
Really?
believe it.
I didn't know that.
I believe it.
Yeah, I found it by accident once. I don't know what happened to it. But yeah, apparently it was his idea.
I believe it.
Yeah, I could see why he would want to try that for a new angle. But,
just to give it a go.
Yeah, sure. Because, I mean, Tommy had all the fun being evil for 6 episodes.
5.
With
Well,
Green with Evil.
With Evil,
yeah,
yeah.
that was a great episode.
God, that was just an amazing journey overall.
Well,
I
technically
know.
there might have been 6 episodes because don't forget, in Power Ranger Zeo, he was temporarily brainwashed into thinking he was the Machine King for about half an episode.
Oh, there's another thing from a fan of YouTube.
Okay,
he says that it would have made more sense if they lost their Zeo powers in battle and then had to get their turbo powers.
Great.
That way we don't feel left out.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh yeah, that works too. I agree with him.
Totally. It worked for the 1995 film. That's what they should have done.
Preach.
Yep.
I know, right?
And,
they could have brought the same creative team. I mean, would have brought the same creative team and director and writers behind Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie from 1995, which happens to be, in my opinion, one of the greatest superhero movies of all time, and one of my personal favorites.
You're not wrong.
Totally.
We got a comment
I'm glad
from.
I'm not wrong.
We got a comment from Hawk. The villains
Sky
in Super
Stub?
Sentai. Yeah, I know him by Hawk.
So do I, but I try to go with the flow.
Me too.
Villains in Super Sentai are far better than they are in
saw
Power
in the
Rangers.
review
I totally
of,
agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I saw the review of the Sentai counterpart of Turbo, which happens to be Car Ranger.
Yep, that's the one.
Villain is a lot more better than what we got with Diva Talks. I mean, her in love with the Red Ranger. That seems good, and it should have done that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It does have one glitch though, which I'm glad they left out. the fact that in Car Ranger, they actually had a white ranger, a girl ranger. And the problem is she acts real cutesy. I'm not kidding. She acts real cutesy. In fact, every time I watch her pose, it's like, okay, am I watching a girl who watched way too much Sailor Moon here or something? Because she seems to do those poses all the time.
Yeah.
You saw that,
Yeah,
huh?
I could agree with that, but let's just say our own typical Japanese kid that does things like that.
Yeah, but there's one bigger issue, and that's her Zord.
Well, I kind of laugh at that, and
that's the problem. It's a laughable Zord. Yeah.
But at the same time,
Hello Kitty. That's what it is. Hello Kitty.
At
what
the
is
same
at the same time?
What?
At the same time, the White Ranger and Car Ranger, what exactly? It's supposed to be a reference to Sailor Moon and Hello Kitty.
Oh,
it's supposed to be.
explains
It's supposed to be referenced.
Okay. And also, to my opinion, speaking of White Ranger, I just wish that they would have given us a White Ranger for Turbo, and that also that would have been Kimberly to do.
Oh yeah.
To have that power.
Yeah,
I mean,
that would have been nice
to
have
in
her
Deviant
back.
Art. I saw it in Deviant Art, and the suit looks absolutely amazing. Especially the navy blue Ranger. That would have been Jason.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That you got a point there.
I'm sorry, DHR. What?
Like
what?
Oh, Skies Dub said that it was a reference to Sailor Moon.
Oh.
I'm looking at DHR. I'm looking at DHR comment.
I'll put it up.
Okay, you might want to elaborate on that one, bud.
Oh, it's a porn.
You might want to elaborate on that because I'm like, what?
I didn't know that. She was a porn star? I didn't know that.
That's Skies on that one. Oh, and he suggested to you, Jonathan, start with Zyuranger when you check out Super Sentai.
Okay, I might check it out. I might check out a few episodes.
Probably one of the most interesting ones I would say that everyone should probably check out at least once would be the first season. I mean the true blue first season, Goranger.
Oh, yeah.
Because, oh my God, that was so different compared to what they've done ever since. I'm not sure when they decided to fight.
Definitely
that's the one. I mean,
I still can't start there.
Yeah, I still can't believe that originally it started off with them fighting terrorists, and then it became monsters.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it worked.
Wow.
And there's no argument here. It's just that, wow, what a big change. And it became, huge ever since.
And of course, there's another Sentai. And of course, there's another Sentai series that features Battle America. And that happens to be a blonde.
Oh,
yep,
yeah.
Battle Fever J.
That's
Battle
right.
Fever J.
Mm-hmm. They are older Super Sentai before new Super Sentai.
There's no denying about that one. There's absolutely no denying that. Definitely not.
God, I need to look something up real quick. Give me just a second.
Yeah, sure, no problem. You know, one of the things I've always brought up is the fact that a movie that I saw years ago as a kid called The Super Inframan, which actually translates to The Super Chinese Man. Yeah, I know, me talking about China right now after what they did last year.
I'm still planning on watching that.
You really should, man. It's on YouTube right now. You gotta check it out. It's really awesome. And, you know, funny thing.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I'll wait.
Well, funny thing, I've always had this theory that, you know, I've always theorized that it was part of the inspiration for Super Sentai. Now, granted, they both came out the same year, and they all have their origins from Kamen Rider, better known to us as Masked Rider, at least when Saban had a hold of it for about a couple of years. And, of course, they all owe their allegiance to Ultraman. That was the first one where it all started right there. But, you know, it's something about Super Sentai Goranger and, of course, Inframan that feel like they're about, like they're on the same wavelength. Especially, and I'm not going to lie, I am kind of thinking about the the costume that the Red Ghoul Ranger wore compared to Inframan's costume, they're pretty similar, give or take. I mean, they got these big bug eyes. Jonathan, I never showed you that, did I?
Oh, I've seen Kamen Rider before. I've seen that, and
Kamen
that's the way
Rider.
how they designed it in the old days.
Not Kamen Rider. Although they did say something about that. That was one of the things that inspired it. I'm talking about Inframan.
Also, again, I need to watch that. In the meantime,
Here,
the only
post a
Sentai
picture
movie
for
I
you.
did watch was the Go Busters team up with the 3 Dino teams: Zhu Ranger, Aba Ranger, and Q Ranger.
Yep.
Sorry about that. Had to do something. Also,
which happens to be Sentai for Mmpr Fan, Dino Thunder, and Dino Charge.
Yep.
Skysdub brought up a really good point. Super Sentai is in fact 18 years older than Power Rangers.
Where is that? Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
No, the one right below that.
Oh, there's another interesting.
That's
I
true.
also found. Here's another one. I also found 1993 Gridman in original version, which is on YouTube. Yeah, after
Sweet.
watching Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad, I did saw a couple of episodes, I think like 10, and it was pretty good, but not much great as Superhuman Samurai.
Yep. That's true. Although Superhuman Samurai does have its corny points, but then again, look what they had to work with. And, that's not the worst thing I've seen. I mean, don't forget, there were some other things. I remember oh boy. I remember an offshoot that was inspired from Power Rangers. It had nothing to do with Saban, thank God, but it was like a Mucha Lucha wrestling thing.
Oh, God, yeah, I remember that.
I've seen commercials for that, and I'm glad I never watched that as a kid. I'd be scarred for life.
I remember seeing those commercials on YouTube.
I did saw Mucha Lucha back when I was a kid, and I find it to be quite enjoyable.
To each their own.
Well, I need to check that out again just for nostalgia's sakes.
Yeah. Of course, I remember Beatleborgs. That was a great series, too. I don't care what anybody says. It was a good series.
Beatleborgs, though.
Big Bad Beetleborgs?
Yeah, that's the one.
I loved that.
The funny thing, everybody swears. Really? You haven't? You got to look it up, man. In fact, if you look up...
Though I did saw a clip, a fan-made clip, where Beetleborgs team up with Zeo. That's the only fan clip that I've seen that has to do with Beetleborgs.
Wait, that's a fan clip?
They should have done that years ago. That would have been great.
Yeah, I know. I wish they would have done that. And of course, the villains of the Beetleborgs, we all know they happen to be the generals of the Machine Empire from Zeo. And they happen to be in the famous crossover in history, Forever Red. From Power Rangers Wild Force.
Yeah. And let's not forget, besides that, there were quite a few monsters from Beetleborgs who made a few cameo appearances, small ones, of course, in space.
Mm-hmm.
But only very small ones, I'm afraid.
Now, going back to Forever Red.
Yeah.
Speaking of those Machine Empire generals.
Yeah. Awesome. I still love it. I still love it after all this time.
No.
Yeah,
let me finish.
I know. Go ahead.
Did you ever think that the computer virus in RPM, in Power Rangers RPM, would share the same name as one of those generals?
No, I did not.
Venjix.
Venjix, huh?
Yeah.
I have not seen much of RPM, but I do need to watch that. I've heard it's the most darkest Power Rangers series ever compared to the Sentai counterpart.
Here's the connection I'm making. You guys are gonna love this. And
tell me.
just a quick little spoiler disclaimer for Beastamorphers here.
It's all good.
So, the Machine Empire General was defeated at the end of Forever Red, as we all know.
Right.
He then somehow became a computer virus in RPM, and he came back in Beastmorphers.
Could this be a theory?
Maybe.
It's a theory that has more that holds better water than the. Hey, it may be a theory, but it holds better water than the Tarzan Frozen theory that I've complained about. But we're not going to go there, folks. We're not going to go there. This is all Power Rangers.
Exactly. This is Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that theory holds a lot of weight.
Got a comment from DHR said the best team up despite the ending with Cole.
Yes, definitely. And we're talking about Forever Red, obviously.
Yeah.
And there's no denying that. Because,
in my opinion, it's okay. That ending is okay.
I actually
but I wish But I wish that all of them could defeat the Serpent instead of just one.
Yeah, and let's get real. Do you really think Serpentera, the mightiest Zord in history, be destroyed just by a motorcycle?
Come on.
No.
Come on.
That does not make sense at all.
Yeah, I know. What we should have gotten was an obvious Megazord team up. Well, or at least a Zord team up anyway.
We should have gotten a Zord team up of
some kind. They could have done that.
Yeah.
Like the lion with the Tyrannosaurus and that ship, the fire engine, the other lion Zord.
The red battle Zord.
The quantum.
Oh God!
The Quantum Rex.
Oh, and don't forget the Ninja Rangers. What was it? The Beatleborg. That's it. The red Beatleborg.
Question.
Yeah, that could have been done. I wish they would have done that.
Question.
Yeah. That's one from Skies there.
Go
ahead.
Which Zord would win? Serpentera or the Q-Rex?
Ooh, that's a tough call. Serpentera is without a doubt incredibly powerful, but the problem is it uses up its gas in no time flat. That's the biggest problem.
Oh, here's interesting. DHR said plus RPM. It's the Terminator season. It's the Terminator season of RPM.
That's true.
Yeah, more or less. RPM could be considered the quote-unquote Terminator season of Power Rangers, more or less.
Yeah. It can be. No doubt about it. It was a lot darker, like you said.
And yes, Jay, you would probably like to get a profile, would probably like to get a avatar of some kind.
Yeah, it would help, man. I mean, we know who you are, but, it's just that it always makes a little better image. I hate to be this guy, but yeah.
Just to be on the safe side.
Oh, hang on, man. Hang on. He's got one.
Yeah, maybe someday I will do so.
Now that's a good
question. What if Serpentera was weakened and it was vulnerable to be destroyed?
That's a good possibility.
Through a collaborative Zord attack.
That's what I'm thinking, or what we should have done anyway. So
again, that would have worked if they have a Megazord battle in Forever Red.
It would have made better sense than my motorcycle.
Guys, I got something.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so here's how I could envision the quote unquote Zord fight from Forever Red.
Yeah, what you got?
I'm listening.
Okay, let's see. Jason and Eric would call on the T-Rex and Q-Rex respectively. Just get their Zords out quick. I could see Andros. I could see Andros and maybe someone like Tommy or Carter climbing into the megaship and flying that up. I could see. God, would the wild Zords even respond in space?
That's a question.
That's the biggest obstacle I could see is the Wild Zords responding in space.
Yeah.
Because if Carter doesn't climb into the megaship with Andros, then he can just call on his Omega Zord.
Yeah. Come to think of it, Andros had the Space Zord there. Technically, that's how they got there in the first place. So we got that. It's just I just thought about that. So that could have been a big part of it.
Yeah, the Astro Megaship.
Yeah, the Astro Megaship. Thank you. It's been a while since I've heard that name.
You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, I just sent some pictures of Mmpr and Ghoul Ranger to Sky's dub, and he says they look very similar.
I could also see Leo calling on
that.
I could also see Leo calling on the Red Galactabeast.
Ooh,
because the Galactabeast would definitely respond.
Oh.
Yeah, it would.
The Galactabeast would definitely respond.
Yeah, that's true.
Carter would, like I said, Carter would either climb into the Astro Megaship with Andros or call on his Omega Flyer.
Speaking of Andros,
I see his comment.
Yeah,
Andros is amazing.
Yeah, he was a great.
I like Andros too.
But yeah, like I said, Eric would call on the Q-Rex. Ooh.
What you got?
I just thought of something.
What? Definitely tell me what.
What if both Jason and Eric climbed into the Q-Rex?
Now that would be interesting.
Oh, that would work.
That
would
awesome.
Definitely work big time.
Oh, that would be awesome.
And yes, Andros was
because
a strong
as
leader.
we all know, the Q-Rex Zord turns into a Megazord compared to the Jason's Tyrannosaurus Zord.
Yep.
Oh, Sky's Dub said Andros is a pretty strong leader.
Oh, most definitely.
That could be true.
Most definitely.
Just like Jason.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Most definitely.
Pretty much everybody there had some strong leaders. I mean, Jason Frank, he was a great leader for season 2 all the way through Zeo. And of course, Austin, definitely a great leader for season 1, without a doubt. Oh, hang on a minute. We got another one here.
DHR said, good idea.
Having both Jason and Eric climb into the Q-Rex.
Yeah.
Or at least have...
Yeah, that is a good idea.
I could also kind of see Eric letting Jason pilot the Q-Rex Megazord mode.
Yeah.
Here's another interesting. What if Lord Zedd became canon in Zyuranger?
That would be interesting. That would be really interesting.
Yes, it would.
What if Lord Zedd became canon to the Sentai counterpart of Mighty Morphin?
That would be really interesting.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Definitely.
Hold on, guys. I've got to take care of something.
No problem. No problem.
Okay.
Well, anyway, since we're here, we'll just keep. I'll just ask Jonathan. Did you check Google Hangouts? Because I sent those pictures to you.
Oh, I've seen it. I saw it, and I can see the similarities to these eyes between the Gold Ranger and the Mmpr.
Yep, that's one of the things there. No doubt about it. Now, granted, they look pretty different. There's no denying that. But at the same time, it's just one of those things that, could it be a coincidence? Could it be inspiration? I think it is an inspiration. Coincidence? I don't think so. Because, it wouldn't be the first time that one studio took an idea or stole. Let's get real. Stealing is always a possibility here. An idea from another studio, especially a foreign studio. Let's not forget, where did we get the Magnificent Seven from? We got it from Evan Samurai. That's the truth. We basically stole that idea and made it our own. It's no denying it's true. It's all true. But, every now and again, you get stuff like this. And contrary to popular belief,
Okay, all right.
movies.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
That's okay. And contrary to popular
Oh, good, you're
belief,
back.
movies and TV shows are not made overnight or in less than a year. It
No,
takes
no,
years
they're
to do
not.
that. So, Super Sentai was probably in the works just, well, I don't know. Maybe the first few episodes were still working on it during 75 or 74 maybe, while Super
75
Inframan,
is the right year.
yeah. I'm thinking, because the fact is it takes a little while for them to get started on these things. It could have been in production a year before,
Oh, probably.
Yeah. And as for Inframan, it probably was in production for at least 3 years before they got it truly going. That's the way I see it.
Thereabouts, yeah.
Yeah.
More or less. Yeah, we were.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah,
No doubt
we
about it.
were.
Oh yeah, Sneak here. He was really oh man.
Dude, I've been waiting for something like this.
Yeah, it's true.
I've been waiting for something like this.
It's true. Okay, now let's ask a good question here for each other. What is let me think here. What is probably your most favorite episode of Power Rangers from any season?
Oh. Well, let's start with you, movie fan.
Well, for me, it would have to be Green with Evil, because that's where we get introduced to one of the greatest Power Rangers of all time, Tommy Oliver. And of course, let's not forget, we get introduced to the mighty Dragon Zord, which is my image right here.
Jay's muted. He's probably taking a call or something.
Yeah,
actually, I'm back. Just same thing happened again.
I know this one.
This time, Dr. Fun said, "What are your thoughts on Lothor from Ninja Storm?"
I found him to be an interesting character. In fact, I just been watching Ninja Storm lately because my girlfriend gave me some tapes and DVDs, believe it or not, just this week.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. And I've been watching Lothor, and I forgot how interesting and yet menacing and yet downright hilarious the guy really is.
I know, right?
He's cunning. He's hilarious. He's literally all in one.
He kind of is, yeah.
Yeah. So I find him interesting. It's too bad we lost him recently.
Yeah. Actually, both the Mentor and Lothor have played by the same actor, which he passed away. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I must have missed that.
Yeah, you didn't recognize that because
that's how good he was.
That's how good he was.
Lothor wears a mask.
Well, that and of course, that and don't forget the Sensei was a guinea pig for a while.
Yep. Oh yeah, Sky said Green with Evil is my favorite episode.
Totally. I mean, technically it's 5 episodes. Let's just being honest with everybody here, because it's true, but it's totally worth it. It is one of the most legendary episodes of all time.
My favorite episodes.
Go ahead, Jay.
My favorite happens to be Reinforcements of the Future from Power Rangers Wild Force.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's when they teamed up with Time Force, isn't it?
Yeah, Wild Force team up with Time Force. This is amazing. And it's a really good 2-part episode. And the part that Frax, one of the best, in fact, my absolute favorite villain in Power Rangers history, have sacrificed himself to save the Rangers, including his own daughter.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, they didn't give us explanation of how it happened, but it's nice to see him become human in the end.
Yeah, it's true.
Now,
yeah, fallen villain.
My favorite episode, and this is kind of why I've been silent for a while, because I've really been thinking about it.
Oh, sure.
My favorite episode would have to be... Oh, God, there are so many good ones.
I know. I should probably...
There are so many good ones.
I know. I should come up with one for every season.
I'm actually going to have to agree with DHR on that. Is when Eric became the Quantum Ranger. I'm gonna have to agree with DHR on that.
Oh yeah, that was also one of my favorites too. And the best part is the introduction when he said, "I'm not just any ranger, not
I'm the Quantum
but
Ranger."
Yeah, that's true.
That is the perfect entrance.
I can actually quote that word for word. Now,
Sweet.
let me see if I can get the right voice inflection here.
Oh.
In fact, Dan Southworth, who played Eric the Quantum Ranger, also voiced the same character in Battle of the Grid video game.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Now, let me see if I
that
can.
was incredible.
Let me see if I
He
can
never lost
actually.
his quantum power anyway.
Let me see if I can actually do the full quote here.
All right.
I'm not just any ranger, not by a long shot. I'm the Quantum Ranger.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love that quote.
Love it. Totally.
Again, perfect entrance to one of the best characters ever.
Yep. Now, Dr. Funtime has an interesting question.
Yes, indeed.
Do you think that Prince Vekar is worse than Divatox as a Power Rangers villain, or is he just as lousy?
I don't know. I kind of dropped off the radar with that one. So, to me, Divatox is one of the worst ones I've ever come across. But like I said, I dropped off the radar after a couple weeks of Lost Galaxy. I hate to admit it, but it is true. So
now,
well, to my opinion, Prince Vekar is also a lousy villain, especially from Super Mega Force. I mean, they could have done a better way to do with the character, like make him more menacing.
But is he worse than Divatox is the question.
I cannot compare because both are annoying as hell.
To me, I can't compare for the obvious reasons. So
I'm gonna have to say that Divatox was worse.
I will lean on Divatox anyway, but I can't compare. I just can't compare. Here's one from Skies
I could
here.
agree with that.
It could be. Like I said, I haven't seen Prince Vekar in action, so I really don't know. But to me, Divatox was always a problem because she was so whiny. It's like she tried to be Lucille Ball, which they did.
Right?
Which they did admit that with Lord Zedd and Rita, they were like Lucy and Ricky Ricardo. That's true. They did admit that. I got it from Barbara Goodson herself when I met her at a Comic-Con a couple years back. She did say that, so I concede it's true. But still, with Divatox, I know she's supposed to be a diva, hence her name, but good God. I didn't get a honeymoon. And she's constantly doing stupid things like sticking her tongue out and acting all, like a diva. And not to mention, she is.
I know, right?
She did some pretty stupid things. I mean,
she really did, though.
Yeah, and what gets me is what's with all the roadside bombs in the beginning of Turbo? Oh my God! Every 5 minutes, it's a detonator, a detonator, a detonator, a detonator, a detonator. Oh my God! I swear she inspired the Iraqi terrorists before we invaded Iraq. I swear that's what happened.
I know, right? And to my opinion, Prince Vekar could be a little better and cunning too than Divatox. I see him in action only in fan edits on YouTube. Like in Sentai 5 official YouTube channel, I see a better way of how Prince Vekar made better.
I'm gonna backtrack.
I don't know what to call it. Better evil plans. Yeah, that's it. Better evil plans. Like when he took some of Orion's Ranger powers.
Yeah.
I loved when Shane got his battleizer.
Yeah, me too. Anyway,
totally.
When I saw that part where Vekar took some of Orion's powers, that is so cunning, and use the Ranger keys for his schemes to distract the Rangers. That is so good. That is a better way how we should have done on the actual series.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not wrong.
That's true.
Yep, Prince Vekar always came close to the ending. Oh, speaking of ending, my favorite episode from Time Force happens to be the finale.
Oh God, yeah.
I kind of forgot if it's a
loved Time
two-parter or a
Force's finale.
three-parter, but that episode was so great.
I think it's a two-parter, I want to say.
And
Which
the
got you
action
annoyed,
scene,
guys?
the action scene, the dialogue, the music, it was so intense and very incredible.
Yeah.
It's like you're watching a movie or a finale of a movie. And
Mhm.
the part where, spoiler alert for those who haven't seen it, the Pink
Yeah.
Ranger, but instead he shot his own daughter with his own insanity.
Wow.
Yep.
But thankfully she's not killed. And thankfully Frax learned his lesson.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one.
I'm gonna have to agree with Dr. Funtime.
Hang on a minute. There we go.
Yeah,
Challenge
Challenge Showdowns,
Showdowns.
Jack Spicer was much better at doing the whiny villain.
That's true. He was also very good at being the pathetic villain too. There's
Oh,
no
yeah.
denying that.
Oh, yeah.
He was
And
definitely good at
Eartha
that.
Kitt, amazing job.
Yeah.
Eartha Kitt, who we all know her as the other Catwoman from the 60s Batman TV show.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Among other things, of course, she got around. So
Oh, yeah.
The bomb by Diva Talks part.
yeah.
And he cut out again.
There we go. Here we go. We're back. Yeah. Yeah, there's no denying the bombing thing. That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I actually haven't seen Wander Over Yonder yet.
I have not even heard of it. I hate to admit it. So
I need
Me
to get
too.
around
I
to watching it.
haven't heard it.
I've heard good things about it, though.
yeah. Oh, speaking of which, that kind of reminds me of something.
What's up?
Celestia, I got a question for you. I
What's up?
just this week, Monday, I released a special episode on YouTube talking about the two most legendary bullies in history, especially
Bulk and
for Power
Skull,
Rangers.
yeah.
I was wondering if you saw that.
Oh
No, I
yeah,
actually haven't gotten around to it yet.
Oh, dude, you should check that out.
I haven't gotten around
those
to
are
it
very
yet.
hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, did you see it, Jonathan?
I saw that video and I already loved that video that I could imagine you could have added the theme music in the background throughout almost the whole entire video.
Well, problem is, you know how
You know how
Hasbro's
YouTube
been
is.
lately. Yeah, and Hasbro's been really kind of cracking down on stuff like that, so I had to make it to a minimum. And besides, sometimes when you add too much background music when you're going on with something, it can be a little distracting, I find sometimes. So, plus, I don't exactly have the ability to make that work too well. So, I know I should
Here's
upgrade one of these
something
days.
from DHR. Here's something from DHR. You want to know what Iron Force was nominated back then, considering it was like a soap opera and even almost had a movie.
Huh.
Wow.
Time Force almost had a
That's
movie?
interesting.
I didn't know that.
I sure as
I
hell
didn't know that. I didn't know that it was supposed to have a movie.
That would have been amazing. A Time Force movie? Come on. You can't tell me that's not a badass idea.
No, definitely not. It's a great idea.
Wow.
It's definitely a great idea.
Here's another from Dr. Funtime.
Yep.
Do you think Sledge is a great Power Rangers villain?
Yes.
He's great. And he is comedic at times. He kind of is familiar. I mean, he kind of similar to Lord Zedd, in my opinion.
I definitely put him somewhere in the middle.
Okay, I wouldn't go
Yeah, there's some similarities to Lord Zedd with Sledge.
I wouldn't go that far, but I would say that he is a really good villain.
Oh, they scrapped that Time Force movie.
Well,
Ah,
it
was
wouldn't be the
stuck.
first time this has happened because, you'd be
Yeah.
amazed how many movies were scrapped. Let's not forget when Samurai Jack, when they ended it the way they did the first time, they were originally planning to make a movie, but it never happened. So, yeah, wouldn't be the first time. Saboteur.
Oh.
that sucks.
Sledge is not horrible, and he reminded me of Lothar and Lord Zedd.
I guess I could see that. And
I could go with that.
Skies is we're not talking about Super Sentai, and I know how much he loves Super Sentai, so let's try and get some Super Sentai in here for my bro, guys. Okay, I got one for you. Here's one you definitely need to look up, Jonathan, for when you start with Zyuranger, which was a great season, by the way. I won't lie about that. You should look up the final episode, which we would know best as, what was it? Countdown to, was it a Doomsday one? Or something like, was it Doomsday? Or I can't remember. It's been a while.
I forgot
It's
which
been a
one
long
is it.
while.
Yeah, it's, well, anyway, for that one, they use Cyclopsis, the legendary Zord that Goldar drove and nearly destroyed the Rangers until they managed to outmaneuver him by changing the transformations every minute or so he wouldn't adapt to them. Yeah, on our part, it was great. But actually, in Super Sentai, it was not Goldar who was driving it. It was Rita's son.
Yep.
Yep, she actually had a
Rito.
son. Yep.
No, Rita.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
Rita's son.
I
Not
thought
brother,
you,
not
I thought
brother.
you said brother.
No, son.
No, son.
Oh,
The character
Yeah.
in Super Sentai who Rita Repulsa is based on had a son.
Yep.
So that's before
he dies.
Prax was even
Oh
made.
yeah.
Yeah, he dies when Cyclopsis is destroyed. And they're all thrown back into the dumpster and, of course, back into space by their little Zordon version, if you want to call him that. But, yeah. Yeah. And the funny thing, in Super Sentai, one of the other things that came up was the fact that they actually had there was a time when they...
Oh, you guys see this from DHR Productions said it's a
Doomsday,
boom.
thank you.
Doomsday. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's a boom. Yeah.
Day. And
That's right.
I
That's
think
not
you
true.
I think you
Thank you,
mean he
DHR.
said
Thank you for that one.
actually
It's been so
Sledge
long.
said actually it was Sledge said it's a bomb, not it's a boom.
I don't know.
I'll never forget that.
It was still funny though.
Two things. I want to start with Sky's Dub here for a second. Now, I remember their son, Thrax, who was so-so, in my opinion. Especially since that,
One of the worst villains, to my opinion.
yeah, not to mention it does counteract a few things. Like, one, they were turned, well, good before they even had a son, and they weren't even mentioning having a son, so, yeah.
Where'd he come from?
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah,
Unless
we
we're
don't
going with the
know.
comic books, which is a possibility, but I don't know.
Hmm.
And I don't think they even brought that up in the comics. I haven't read too many of them, to be honest. Because
I don't think they brought that up either in the comics.
yeah,
I haven't kept up with them. I need
no,
to.
me either. I've kept up with the Shattered Grid series because that really was great.
Shattered Grid is so
Yeah, I
good.
know.
And I have kept up on the Ninja Turtles crossover, which they need to turn into an animated movie. They got to do this. They just got to do this. That would be perfect.
I need to read the Turtles Cross.
Yeah, believe it or not, it's very rare, but in this case, what happened is Tommy was completely useless. That's very rare. And get this,
Wow.
the Shredder gets the Green Ranger powers.
Wait,
I
what?
know.
Yes, the
That
Shredder.
was cool.
Can you picture that? He's dangerous without superpowers. Can you picture him with the Dragon Sword?
Oh, fuck.
Shredder with the Green Ranger powers, if he stole it from Tommy. Yes.
He did.
But
Yeah,
the-
in fact, it was
but the
Tommy's
fact-
fault that it happened, believe it or not. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
he told him
of
how
course,
to use it.
the turtle,
Seriously.
of course, April O'Neil and the Turtles got the Ranger powers. That is
Yep.
so mind blown.
Huh.
I know. That's one of the reasons why I say they need to do this big time.
They need to not just get into an animated movie, but also Hasbro should release them as the new figure packs to the Lightning Collection.
Well, this is what Skies told us about this, the daughter thing. And let's get back to the sun thing for a second here. Well, we know that the future timeline thing, kind of, but I still question it, though. That's the problem. So, I don't know.
There's another from Dr. Untitled. He said, if you got a time machine, would you have prevented Power Rangers Turbo and Power Rangers the movie from happening?
The
Power
movie?
Power
Wait,
Rangers
which movie? Hang on.
Turbo, yes. The original, I think he's talking about the 2017 movie.
Well, I find the movie to be good. I find the movie
Dr.
to be
Funtime-
good, but not
Dr.
great.
Funtime,
But
Dr.
not
Funtime, you
great as
might
my
want to
Morphin Power
elaborate.
Rangers the movie is.
Yeah, please elaborate. Please elaborate. It would help a lot.
At
let's go one at a
least for the
time.
movie.
Yeah. Let's go one at a time here. You already said that you would definitely get rid of the Turbo movie if you could, Celestia.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah. What about
Definitely,
you, Jonathan?
I would.
Me?
Definitely,
Oh,
I
yeah.
would.
Oh, yeah.
I would
think
either
we can all
make a
agree
good
on that.
story of Turbo or get rid of it.
Yeah, totally. That would be a big deal. Yeah, totally. Whoa. Hold up. We're waiting for the elaboration here. We got a moment here. By far the best moments in comics. I believe he's talking about the Turtles crossover and all that.
More than
I
likely.
think so,
Yeah.
because that
And
is one of the best.
Are you saying they actually are planning on making an animated movie on this, man? Seriously, please elaborate.
Please,
I'm begging you, please tell us
us.
now.
Because if they
If
do,
you are, I'm going to scream like a little girl if it's true. I'm not kidding. I mean, I would want to see the Shattered Grid series come to life, but, I
would
want
love
to see
see
this
that
more.
too.
But this would be a lot better, I think. Because,
I
with the
love to
Shattered
do
Grid,
that to see that
it's
too.
dark, and with the Shattered Grid, the problem is you would have to get everybody involved in this, and I mean the original Rangers, except for Tui Trang, because may she rest in peace.
R.I.P.
There's no denying
Yeah.
about that.
Well, excuse me for a sec. I'll be back.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll be waiting on that one. So
I'm actually kind of busy trying to get these freaking Kalinka balls untangled.
yeah, that's okay. But yeah, I would definitely love to see that happen. I would love to see the Shattered Grid thing come to life, but it would have to be either a CGI movie or or a regular animated movie, I would think, because obviously with real people, it would be hard to do, if not impossible, because it's been so long and this crosses dimensions. And let's not forget.
I'm back. And I really love to see that Mighty Morphin and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover to be turned into an anime movie, because that would be awesome. But that depends on the casting.
I'll be back myself.
Oh, the Lightning Collection of the crossover.
Ooh.
Yes, I would love to see that.
I like it.
I would love to see that
I'll
coming.
be back.
That would be awesome. I like that. I like that a lot. Because, Lightning Collection has done a great thing with the toys, give or take a few. Because, I'm sorry, I'm not very pleased with their images of Billy. Because one, he has red hair, and another one, he has darker hair, and it's like, make up your mind, guys. Come on.
And the way how they did with the head sculpt on Billy,
yeah, that's the worst
very first figure. Yeah, they did completely a little wrong for me.
Yeah, I'm sorry, and no offense to a certain legendary singer here, but they made him look like Elton John.
Yeah, I mean, they could have used that head sculpt for a new figure of Elton John, because that is more fitted. So I agree with that.
Yeah, and no offense
now
to
that they're
Elton
releasing,
John,
and of course they're releasing the metallic Blue Ranger with Billy in it, and they seem quite making up for it.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. They've done really fine with themselves over it. And yeah, no offense to Elton John, but it's just that Billy's not Elton John, and neither is David Yost. So
I know, right? So thankfully, the metallic one, they made up for it. Oh yes, Dr. Funtime, I agree. I would say yes.
Yeah,
Operation Overdrive was a lousy series.
Yeah,
so lousy.
I've watched a few, and yeah, it was lousy. Even the famous crossover 15th anniversary episode could have been
Me
so
too.
much better.
I saw that.
I mean, it had its good points, but it could have been so much better. And
Yeah,
I will
like
actually
having Adam coming. Yeah.
I don't know, Skies. To me, Turbo will always be one of the worst things. But for me, Lost Galaxy was what killed it for me, though. That's the problem.
To my opinion, Turbo is a little better than Operation Overdrive because there are two things that I love about Turbo. Well, actually, make it two characters to be exact. One is the Phantom Ranger, and the best one, the Blue Centurion.
Yeah, Blue Centurion. He was awesome.
Oh,
I
yeah.
will not lie. I liked him.
He looks so cool with his armor, his helmet, his sirens all over him.
Yeah.
And the best part is Zord.
And I come back to probably one of the hottest takes out there.
Yep, that's true.
I'm talking about Overdrive.
Yeah.
I hated Overdrive.
Like I said, for me, Turbo was worse. But and I can't help but
Operation Overdrive is so lousy.
Yeah, and I can't help but wonder if Michael Bay directed this because, oh my God, the explosion machine, the explosion machine, the explosion machine.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he didn't, but I can't help but wonder because, oh my God, they just keep using that way too much. And it's always behind them, too. It's like, come on, guys. Can't you put it in front of them or to the side of them or let them get hit or something? Come on. Put some effort into it. Ugh. And yeah, that's true. The Billy Lightning collection for Billy has always been one of the big issues. I don't know why they can't make him look right. Or at least they didn't until did they do it right recently or did they?
They did it right in the promotion of the upcoming Metallic.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I haven't seen that
yet.
Yeah,
the Metallic mode. And of course, for the first time, not just the Metallic, but also in the new 2-pack, they're bringing Aisha with Scorpina.
Really?
There's a challenge. I like that.
Yeah.
That'll be
when I saw that happen, I was mind blown. I mean, seeing Aisha and Scorpina in one pack, that was amazing.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. Oh, okay. DHR, I love that you referenced Linkara stuff. I absolutely love his stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love Linkara.
Yeah, I saw Linkara's review on Operation Overdrive, and it's probably like the same opinion as I have.
I just love Linkara in general.
I did look that up. That was pretty awesome, actually. So, yeah.
I do also like the review he did with the famous crossover of Mmpr Fan with Justice League.
Yeah,
and seriously, we need to be turned into an anime movie, and probably took place in the Justice League Unlimited universe with Kevin Conroy, and Susan Eisenberg, and George, the actor who played Superman.
Power Rangers Samurai.
I did watch that show.
To my opinion, I think I've seen a few, and I think it was a bad series.
I'm not so sure about that, to be honest. I put it somewhere in the middle. It did have some good points.
I think I need to rewatch it, though.
Yeah.
Because the only thing I like about Samurai is Bulk.
I can name another thing that I like about Samurai. Although Bulk, it seemed to me like he shouldn't have been there, I don't think.
Yeah, Spike is too annoying for me compared to Skull.
Well, okay, see, the thing is...
Yeah, go ahead.
For me, with Samurai, I didn't really like the whole... Like, for me, Jaden, the Red Ranger, seemed to have kind of this almost god complex in a way. And everyone else was just kind of cardboard cutout almost, and that just didn't really sit well with me.
hang on a minute. I'm gonna. There's someone who agrees with you.
Like seriously,
Samurai sucks so bad because of the acting.
yeah, everyone just seemed to be too deep, like two-dimensional in terms of like personality.
Yeah, that's
I think
true.
so.
And Jaden seemed to just have this major god complex that just turned me off.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie about
Well,
that.
at least it's not worse than Troy.
Don't even get me started on Megaforce.
Yeah. And
I know.
Megaforce.
To my opinion, Megaforce and Super Megaforce are the worst compared to Samurai and Super Samurai.
Megaforce, more like Mega Shite.
More like Mega Flop.
And get this. The cast of Megaforce and Super Megaforce even hated the series.
Ha! I believe it.
Oh, the irony.
I believe it.
The irony, the single irony. Oof. And
I believe it.
Yeah, you know what? There is one thing I gotta say though that I definitely loved about Samurai, or maybe Super Samurai, because he didn't come in until Super Samurai, I don't think. And that would be the new villain, Serrator.
Oh, I loved Serrator.
He was great. His costume was
loved
fantastic. And this guy made Goldar look like a joke.
Exactly.
That's not an easy thing
I
to
need
do.
to rewatch that. I need to rewatch the series.
Look up the episode where they meet Serrator on YouTube. You'll find it. Trust me. He is
Serrator's a badass.
Oh yeah, totally. That's why I like him. Here's one from our friend Sky Step on that one.
Yes. Okay, now speaking of kind of badass villains, can we talk about Mesogog from Dino Thunder?
Oh boy. That's a tough call.
I
actually really liked him.
Serrator. I just saw him. He looks so great. I mean,
right?
If that's the one, Serrator, I mean the costume, the eyes, the bones all over.
And his voice. I love his voice. That was perfect. I mean, he sounds menacing yet wise at the same time, you know? Yep. That's what made him awesome.
Now, what I love about Mesogog from Dino Thunder is honestly I love the duality of Mesogog, because
I mean, to my opinion, he almost kind of reminds me of Two-Face.
I actually think that Mesogog
I would go with more Jekyll and Hyde, I would say, actually.
Because
I was about to say that.
Here's the thing. But here's the thing. Two-Face is inspired by Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, true.
And Mesogog, I could see Mesogog being inspired by Mesogog being inspired by Two-Face.
Yeah.
Because you got
for me, it's gonna. Yeah, for me, Mesogog. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You got to remember that Mesogog has two parts to him. He has the dinosaur villain wanting to take over the world and whatnot. But he also has Anton Mercer. He also has the human side of him. And I love that duality.
I know.
I absolutely
that's
love
incredible.
that duality. That was so well written. I wish we had more villains like Mesogog.
Yeah, I agree. His character was well written. His outlook.
I wish we had more villains like him.
I don't know why.
Maybe we'll get that in the comics of Dino Thunder. Probably in an anniversary of the series, we'll get more time about Mesogog and how did it all happen.
Oh, you know what? I gotta bring this up. I gotta bring this up.
Some backstory.
Yeah, I gotta bring this up.
Go ahead.
Mesogog meeting Lothor.
Oh God, yeah, that was awesome.
Oh yeah, that was also
awesome.
Great. And of course, one of my favorite lines from Mesogog is when he was about to finish Lothor. Say goodbye, Lothor. And this time, mean it.
Yeah, I love it.
One of the best lines from Mesogog.
Agreed.
Along with, I don't take failure lightly.
Oh god, that was from like the first or second episode of Dino Thunder, I think.
I think so, if I remember.
That sounds right. Like first or second. Oh god,
Maybe.
yes, I fucking love Ransack.
Oh, Rancic, my favorite villain
I
from
love him.
Power Rangers.
Oh my
right there with
God.
Lord Zedd and Sledge.
Right up there with Zedd.
And Master Org. Rancic is my favorite villain in the whole
Frax
entire
also-
Power Rangers
Frax
series.
is also really good.
I'll be right back. Got to do some.
Go ahead, take your time, man. But yeah, Frax
mean,
is also really
Seriously,
good.
he has a good origin story. And Frax, you felt bad. Frax, you felt bad for him. How did he surrounded by hatred, and how did he became all machine?
More than anything, the reason I feel bad for both Frax and Rancic is more because of how they got treated.
Yeah, I mean, they're all deformed
really
and mutated.
No, I'm not referencing that. What I'm referencing with how both Frax and Rancic got treated is how it reflects on us as people.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh.
How Rancic and Frax got treated reflects on us as people, as a society.
It reflects
on us. And I absolutely love that.
Me too. And here's another thing from Sky's Dub before I get to Dr. Funtime. Too bad Rancic was not canon in Super Sentai.
Yeah. That's true.
And as for Dr. Funtime, he said that Power Rangers Samurai was trying way too hard to be Samurai Jack. With Jinin trying way too hard to be Samurai Jack, and Xander attempting way too hard to be Aku.
I would totally agree with that.
Yeah, and there was one other annoying factor in there, and that was what was his name? It's been a little while since I've seen that.
Decker?
Yeah, Decker. I mean, I want to challenge the Red Ranger all the time. It's like, guy, come on. Seriously?
Oh, wait a minute. George Newbern. Now I remember. That's the actor as Superman. That's why I want to see him in the team up.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry. And I'm sorry, movie fan. Go ahead.
No, I think I pretty much said it all.
Yes. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
With Mesagog, it's like M. Bison meets Shao Kahn. I would totally agree with that.
What a concept, huh?
I would totally agree with that.
Wow. And Dr. Funtime said, but it was still cool and unique that he wasn't a Super Sentai villain and an original one from Power Rangers.
Much like how the Titanium Ranger is an American-only Power Ranger.
Yeah.
I didn't know that at first, that the Titanium was the only original Ranger made.
Yep.
Wow, usually it's all from Super Sentai.
Yep.
This is brand new and huge.
Thus far, the Titanium Ranger was and still is the only fully American Power Ranger.
Yeah. And let's not forget, before him, there was Lord Zedd, and he was the first American villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
he was legendary.
And and then Rancic and Mesagog.
Yep.
Okay.
We
Jordan.
we got a new one.
Yep.
We got a new person. Jordan
Welcome in,
Joestar
Jordan
21.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you here, man.
Welcome in, Jordan. I love
Glad to have you here.
I'm not gonna lie. I love the profile pic.
Totally.
I'm a big JoJo fan. But we're not here to talk about JoJo. We're here for Power Rangers and Super Sentai.
Yeah, totally. Granted, we have leaned more on Power Rangers than we have Super Sentai.
Of course, if you remember from Dino Thunder, while Tommy Oliver was we get to see a photo of all the original Rangers. See how what he looks like back in the. And
when,
Kira, the Yellow Ranger, said, "Nice hair."
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? There was one funny moment there.
Back when Tommy was going through his
Yep.
Back when Tommy was going through his photo album.
Yeah, and you know what? There was something else that was rather hilarious there that a lot of people have called out, but ever since the Copa thing, comments have been turned off. Anyway, the white stranger, the photo of him as the white stranger was there.
Yeah.
And I can't help but wonder, how did that happen? I know everyone was asking, how did that happen? Because, Kimberly was the only one who saw him. So
it was funny, though. Now,
yeah, it was. That's what made it funny. Yeah, I like that.
Can I bring up something that on a rewatch I noticed during the scene that J-Watch brought up?
Oh, sure.
And I'll get to Dr. Funtime here in a second.
Of course,
I'm gonna want to read that one.
It's all good.
I don't know if you guys noticed, because like I said on the rewatch, I actually was finally able to find this. But one of the like little briefcases in the background, in that scene, had the logo for Lightspeed Rescue.
Really? I didn't notice that.
I only just noticed that on a rewatch.
That's pretty awesome, actually.
Now, getting to Dr. Funtime here. Do you think that Power Rangers RPM was a fantastic Power Rangers season? Also, do you like Dr. K and Venjix from that season? Yes to all three. Yes to all three. I absolutely love RPM. On the rewatch,
I could agree with that.
At first, when I first saw RPM, I'll admit I did not like it. But on the rewatch, I can see why everyone praised it.
I saw a few episodes, and it was great. And
on a rewatch,
it was amazing, and you felt bad for Dr. K and how did Venjix was all made. And you know what's also amazing? Throughout the first season, I'll never forget that Venjix was HAL 9000 of Power Rangers.
Pretty much, yeah. Venjix really is the HAL 9000 of Power Rangers. And
yeah, I mean, the computer with one red eye. I mean,
and yes, Lightspeed Rescue is definitely a fave.
You could tell.
Oh, one of my favorites. Lightspeed Rescue is one of my favorites. In fact, the way I see it, I heard from one of the YouTubers in the comments, Carter is like a Captain America. Yeah,
you don't fuck with Carter. You don't fuck with Carter.
Comments for the Lightspeed Rescue video, Carter is like the Captain America powering. And
pretty much.
Well, I'm going to get to that in terms of Captain America such.
But yes, Hasbro should definitely make a white stranger lightning.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I would love to see that just because.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that would.
In the meantime, we're also looking forward to see Andros in his cover-up robe in figure form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are.
Hey, let's go.
All right.
Jordan
Anime came to my life when I was a teenager, but was deeply in my blood. Power Ranger was there when I was a kid.
Yeah, same here.
Too bad they didn't make
Jordan's a devotee.
Too bad they didn't make Titanium Ranger canon on Go-Go 5.
Oh, sorry.
I actually don't okay. See, with the Titanium Ranger, I'm actually glad that he's American
only.
Titanium. I'm actually glad that Titanium is American only, because I honestly don't think it would have gone over as well as it did if it were already canon through Go-Go 5.
Yeah, tough.
I don't think it would have gone over as well as it did.
Don't know.
Do you think so would be cool and interesting?
No.
I don't see that working. I'm sorry.
No, I don't see that happening.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't.
I want to double back here to Jordan Joestar for a minute here because he hasn't been here too long. I wanted to say that
Go ahead.
I brought up the fact that, and I'm only gonna touch base on this. That I brought up the fact that for the Shattered Grid and especially the Ninja Turtles crossover from the comics, I hope one day they turn that into an animated movie. If it's a direct-to-video, I don't care. It's all good.
Yeah.
I mean, look how well the Batman versus Ninja Turtles one turned out.
Oh God, yeah, that was amazing.
That was
I
incredible.
know the Batman and Ninja Turtle crossover. I've seen clips of it, and I've seen
that was
it was
amazing.
sick.
Yeah, the animation was great. The characters
And
were excellent.
not to mention Troy Baker in 2 roles in one film. Amazing. He voiced both Batman and the Joker in this movie.
Love it.
Yeah.
I know. And now
looking-
we're still waiting for a crossover sequel after where we left off.
Looking down the comments here,
Yeah.
I've got a good one from a DHR. To be honest, while Carter was an amazing Red Ranger, I felt as if they focused on him a lot.
Maybe
Well, it would be the first time that's happened.
I could
Maybe,
kind of see
maybe
that for
not.
maybe like I could kind of see that for maybe the first quarter of the series of Lightspeed, but I honestly feel as though everyone got their fair share of screen time.
Here's one from my bro there. It was a comment about, let's see.
Decker.
Yeah, Decker.
He really could have wiped the entirety of Samurai though.
Yeah.
Going back to Dr. Funtime, is Diabolico one of your favorite Power Rangers villains? Yes.
I need to rewatch the series.
For me in specific, I love Diabolico.
I don't know. I put him on the lower
I need to
end for
rewatch
me. I
the
don't know
series
why.
though.
Maybe it's the nostalgia talking for me. I don't know.
I love Diabolico, and that is not nostalgia talking. I absolutely love Diabolico as a villain. Going to Sky's comment, what if Go-Go 6 replaced Go-Go 5? It just wouldn't work.
No,
It really wouldn't work.
I don't think so either.
No, that would not work.
Going to Jordan Joestar's comment.
Yeah, I gotta put that one up. There we go.
Don't forget, we got our own American-made Rangers.
Yep, that's true.
The Spear Rangers? Huh?
Spear Rangers. I don't remember them.
I don't remember those.
Titanium, yeah.
I don't know if there was one.
I think he only meant to reference Titanium. I'm hoping that's the case. Anyway, moving on to another really good question. Jeez, Dr. Funtime with these questions.
Yeah, he loves to ask questions, believe me.
Do you hate Kite, aka Animus, from Power Rangers Wild Force for his preachy, environmentalist nature and how he treated the Wild Force Rangers? Yes. I did not like that.
I'm mixed bag about it.
Yeah.
I
don't like the preachy approach. Let's go with that.
But I need to watch.
I felt as though they lent way too heavily on
though.
I felt as though they just lent way too heavily on the environmentalist aspect of it.
Well, that's what destroyed a remake of The Day the Earth Stood Still, was they had to turn it into, the whole clean the planet or I'll kill you.
Yeah.
I know, right? I don't like that. That's kind of ruined Kite for me, or Animus.
Well, what? Yeah.
I will agree. I will agree with that.
Like I said, I'm mixed bag about it, but the dialogue is not much my cup of tea.
Hang on a minute. Here's one from Jordan again. I think I mean to say from Jungle Fury. I think he was talking about the Spirit Rangers.
Oh, the Spirit Rangers. Okay. Gotcha.
The Spirit from Jungle Fury. Yeah, it was from Jungle Fury, not Speed Rescue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Gotcha.
The Spirit
Rangers from Jungle Fury. Okay.
Thank you, DHR.
Yeah, the shark, the elephant, and the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
And Animus
those were
was definitely
awesome
an
Rangers.
Animus Animus really was an a-hole to begin with, though.
Yeah, I'll back up on that one. There
You're
we go.
fine.
Yep.
What? Ooh, that's a really good question. Why did Dark Spectre think it was a good idea to invite Divatox to his alliance? That's
Yeah.
a really good question.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how to respond to that one. But
Me
here's
neither.
in fact, that gives me another question. Why is it that he decided to pass the buck over to Astronema for space when Divatox succeeded in what Zedd and Rita and of course
Wanted to
Machine
do in the
Empire,
first place, yeah.
She succeeded in destroying the command center once and for all. They were never able to do it. So why pass the buck?
And what really got me
I know.
is that it was Divatox who finally blew up the command center. It was bloody Divatox.
I know. I still can't believe it.
That was.
Yeah.
That was. Wish it could have done better.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I wish that could have been Lord Zedd and Rita to do it instead.
I still hate Turbo for that. For the fact that it was Divatox that finally blew up the command center.
Yeah.
I still find Turbo to be a bad series, except that the Phantom Ranger and the Blue Centurion are the saving grace.
I'll agree with
series
that.
For me.
Yeah, totally.
I'll agree with that. That.
Do you think? Oh,
no,
sorry.
I could.
I was going to read that.
Go ahead, and then I'll give my response.
Do you don't think it's weird we don't get like a reuniting for the original cast of any Power Rangers season?
I don't know.
I'm actually okay with them not doing like a quote unquote reunion episode or a reunion season. And the reason being is because and to me it's blatantly obvious, everyone's busy doing other stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone's already busy doing other stuff. When would they have the time to do something big like a reunion season?
A season I can't see happening. An episode maybe, but a
like
season,
one or two reunion episodes maybe, but a season they wouldn't have time.
That's a stretch and a half.
That's a stretch, yeah.
Yeah.
Got another really good question from Funtime. Do you think the Machine Empire and King Mondo were great villains? Yes. Most definitely yes.
Yeah, definitely.
I loved the Machine Empire.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved the Machine Empire. And I love King Mondo.
I do too. Wait, what?
Jordan, it's the same thing. When would they have time to make a reunion movie?
Oh, hang on.
When would they have the time? They're all busy doing other stuff.
Get that.
Yeah, I don't know. And you know what? That brings to question a thought that's been kicking around for at least a couple of years now, and that was
what's up?
And that would be the old what's going to be for the upcoming reboot of Power Rangers done by Hasbro.
The Hasbro reboot, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people are I mean, I remember, not too long ago, they were talking about the whole thing that they might kick around the idea of time travel where the Power Rangers of whatever, they decide to make for this one goes back in time and meets the original Rangers. So, that kind of thing. That was one of the ideas they were kicking around. But, all this junk happened in the world, and that really put the kibosh on it. And
the C virus.
Someday will happen.
Yeah, and on top of
that, someday will happen. I mean, soon we're gonna get Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire to come back as their roles of Spider-Man in the new upcoming No Way Home. So why not that?
Yeah, I know. But at the same time, I can't help but say that, the idea I liked because it would be awesome to go back in time and see
It
the
really
90s
would be
once
interesting,
again,
yeah.
especially to show these kids of today how the 90s were. Because,
How
the
yeah.
80s, there have been way too much flashbacks to the 80s in recent years. And it's like, guys, come on, let it go. It's time to move on. You've had your fun in the sun. It's time for us 90s kids to have our fun in the sun.
Let the 90s kids have their limelight.
Yeah, exactly. And not to mention, that's where it all began for us here was
Pretty
the
much,
90s.
yeah.
So, yeah.
DHR2 says, I was thinking since the
Alien Rangers Saga and the Command Center blow up, we would have had a Zeo movie where the Rangers got the Zeo power.
That could have worked.
That actually would have been kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And maybe the same team behind My Morphin Power Rangers the movie could have been the one to do it.
Or they could have done the Turbo movie.
Both that and the Zeo.
Hang on a minute.
Here's another thing from Dr. Funtime.
No, hang on, I'll back up. All right.
Yeah. I can't blame you guys. Why couldn't it have been the Machine Empire to do it or Rita and Zedd to do it? Seriously, the finale of the episode, they decide to make a threat why she was worthless and a joke.
Obviously, we're talking about Turbo.
We're talking Diva Talks.
Yep.
We're talking Turbo.
Yeah,
yep.
Totally. Obviously. Yeah, there's no
glad,
denying that.
Glad that Dr. Funtime agreed with us.
Yep, totally.
I don't know how to respond to that.
The problem is it's cultural differences. That's the bigger
problem. It
problem.
really is, though, yeah.
That's why we make it our way. And, I don't want to bash Super Sentai because that's where it all started. But let's get real, people. When Saban got a hold of it and turned it into Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, it blew up into a cultural phenomenon around the world. And really everybody knows our version of Power Rangers way more than they know Super Sentai. That's the sad truth. A lot of people get up with
that's the unfortunate truth. Everyone knows Power Rangers. Yeah. That's the unfortunate truth of it.
Yeah, and let's not forget when they started coming out to DVD, what came first? Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
Europe and then here. Then Super Sentai followed suit. Oh, sure. I got respect for Super Sentai like crazy because that's.
Don't get me wrong. I respect Super Sentai. I give massive props to Super Sentai, but gotta admit, Power Rangers came first for us.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's the cultural thing. That's what it comes down to. That's why we are talking more about
Power Rangers
than we are Super Sentai. And I'm sorry,
it's just a cultural difference.
Yeah. Here's one.
Did you think that Master Vile, aka Rita and Rito's father, was a cool and interesting villain?
I found him to be interesting.
Same. I didn't really think he was. I didn't really think he was all that cool, but I did find him to be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. He seems to be more interesting than cool.
He's more interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. And I can't help but snicker the fact that he wears glasses under all that.
Oh God, yeah. That still makes me laugh.
I mean, I'm sorry. It's it's just like you think that he would be more, I don't know, menacing looking and not less like a fatherly figure.
Yeah,
with those glasses.
That still makes me laugh, honestly.
But you know what? Let's backtrack to Super Sentai because I think we ought to cover that.
We need to give Super Sentai more love.
Yeah, let's give him a little more love. One of the things that I do kind of like was, the fact of the Dragon Zord himself. He was obviously based off of Godzilla and Mecha Godzilla.
Oh, There's
no denying that.
Oh, most definitely.
And, he was one of the greatest Zords of all time. And he still is, actually. Everybody knows
most definitely.
Dragon Zord. And, what I always found interesting was in Japan, he's called Dragon Caesar. Obviously from Caesar Augustus, better known as Julius Caesar. So
no, actually, I think Dragon Caesar is more referencing, obviously Godzilla, but I think it's referencing another of Toho's kaiju, I think it's referencing King Caesar
Oh,
as
yeah,
well
it
as
could be.
Godzilla.
Yeah, I forgot about him. That could be. Yeah. But
Like-
still, I think
like with-
didn't King Caesar get his name from roughly that, though?
I mean, yeah,
Maybe.
more or less.
Well, okay, it could be more King Caesar because because it's no denying about the Dragonzord being a Godzilla reference.
I mean,
In fact, the angry video game nerd said it best when he did his review on this. When the movie, the 2017 movie was coming out, he said that could have been a Godzilla monster right there when he saw the Dragonzord, and there's no denying that.
Wow.
And I don't care what the Versus guys claim. Those that show they do that face off between iconic
Death Battle.
That's it, Death Battle. I don't care what they say. Dragonzord would totally beat Mechagodzilla. Tommy wouldn't get himself in that kind of danger where he can't escape.
Nah, Tommy would find some way to win.
Yeah, or at least retreat for a minute and then get back to it,
and then get back in the fight. Overall, Tommy would find some way to win.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but original Mechagodzilla makes better sense than that other Godzilla that we ended up with for that.
Okay,
here's another thing from Dr. Funtime. Do you think Goldar and Rito Revolto were a hilarious villain duo and a cool one as well?
They lean more towards
I find them hilarious duo.
When they're together, yeah.
They lean more towards the hilarity of it than
because Rito, he was definitely a comedy relief character.
Oh,
no doubt about that. He couldn't even say Zedd's name right. He kept calling him Ed.
Yep.
Although the funny thing, in Super Sentai, he was obviously more menacing than that.
Oh, most definitely.
I wish they could have kept that. It would have been a little better because, he had some pretty wicked moves when he was first introduced.
Oh, yeah.
But, whatever works, I guess. Here, I'm going to backtrack a minute here.
That's fine.
Cut it out, you two. Cats are arguing. Sorry.
No.
Why not use all pot gold? Again, that's pretty much the cultural thing, bro. That's the problem.
It really is more of a cultural difference.
Oh, hang on a minute. Let's send another one for you.
Oh, really? They have... I didn't even know they had SH Figure Super Sentai toys. I knew they did Kamen Rider, but I didn't know they had done Super Sentai. That's cool.
You do find them here and there online. That's about it. So.
I might have to look into that.
Yeah. They did it again with... Really? I didn't know that. I might have to check that out.
What? What is it?
I think he's talking about, the Dragonzord versus Mechagodzilla.
For a superpower beatdown.
Oh, yeah. I didn't see it.
I know they did Green Ranger versus Ryu. That was a great one. And then there was White Ranger versus Scorpion.
Oh, yeah. That one. White Ranger versus Scorpion and Ryu versus Green Ranger way before they had an alliance.
Oh, yeah.
Those were awesome videos.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? Fun fact here. I don't use that word very much. I like to use something else for that. But in this case, fun fact, when they did Ryu versus Green Ranger, I know I'm saying it wrong, but I grew up with it, and I don't care. So anyway,
fine.
Yeah, and I'm talking to the audience here on that one. But yeah, fun fact: when you get a view of the people watching, and you see that one guy with a sneer on his face, that was the actor who played Vega in the movie Street Fighter.
Ha!
That was really him.
Nice.
I know, wasn't it? That was awesome. Let's see, what else do we got here? Hang on a minute. Let me backtrack a little to this.
Aren't they doing that?
I think, he said, Sky.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
That's awesome. Let's see, what else do we got here? Wait a minute.
I was actually looking at the Viper question.
Oh, well, let me back that up. Where's that? Oh, this one.
Yeah, that one.
Vibra is okay.
I liked her well enough.
She was all right. She was all right.
She's not exactly like as guys said, she's not exactly quote unquote waifu material.
Yeah.
But I actually kind of did have a bit of a crush on her. I actually did have a bit of a crush on Vipra.
Well, she's done worse than Divatox.
Damn straight.
Yep.
She's not worse than Divatox, that's for sure.
Yeah. There's no denying that one.
Thoughts on the Animaniacs and Sesame Street Power Ranger villains parodies?
I don't remember Sesame Street one, but then again, I stopped watching a long
I don't
time.
know.
Yeah, same.
I don't remember if they have that.
I remember the Animaniacs
But I
one,
know
though.
Friends did. But I know Friends did that.
Yeah, that was more of a joke, really. But yeah.
Yeah.
Although I did find that funny. I'm not.
I
Gonna
know
lie, I
that
did find
Friends
that funny.
did a parody of it.
Yeah, not exactly. It was more like a
Yeah,
joke.
that's right. Friends did. Oh, it's more than a joke. I thought it was a reference.
Well, they did a reference, but to call it a parody, I wouldn't say that.
It was more.
And
It was more of a referential
And
joke.
Joey
Yeah,
said Stegosaurus but
That's
there
it,
is
yeah.
no Stegosaurus in the actual series.
Yeah,
Not
like
until Dino Thunder, and that was
yeah,
just
not
a
until Dino
part,
Thunder.
and that was just a weapon.
Well-
that's all. So. You know, I'm surprised that
Except
hasn't
in
happened.
Dino Charge, there is a Stegosaurus.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. But yeah, and yeah, the Animaniacs one, the Super Strong Warrior Siblings one. That's what it was called. That was hilarious. I still laugh that one off. And I still, I've been thinking about this for a while now. I can't help but wonder if that's where Fox got the idea for Mordant, because they replaced Goldar's character with a pig
Probably.
in gladiator armor. Look a little familiar there? I can't help but wonder, because seriously. Oh, I gotta bring this up. The Ryu Ranger, yep. And there's a Chun-Li Ranger now too, bro.
Oh,
Yep. Or Battle of the
oh,
Grid.
that is also cool. I would love to see that released in the Lightning Collection.
Well, in this case, it's more of the. It's only in the Battle for the Grid game right now, but it could happen. This is a good question.
Seriously, that
villain
should happen.
costume.
That's
That's a toughie.
I'm not sure what to pick though.
That's a toughie.
Oh boy, that's tough. I'm stuck between either Goldar, Lord Zedd, or Serrator, because Serrator was awesome, like I said. So that's a tough
For
one.
me, like you've given yours, for me, it would have to be. For me, it would have to be a tie between Thrax from Time Force, Zeltrax from Dino Thunder, and Emperor Grum from SPD.
Interesting.
Me, I'm gonna have to go with either Frax, Master Org, or Sledge.
Master Org's costume is pretty good, yeah.
And not to mention is menacing.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yes, there is The Legend of the White Dragon, and this will be a great movie. Yes, I agree. And the thing is that, they got Wes, Gia, and Adam in it.
Yep, that's
okay.
true.
I'm really gonna have to look for that now.
Yeah. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. Here's one for my bro again.
Favorite costume would be Lord Zedd. That's a really good choice.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said,
Lord
indeed.
Zedd also is a great costume.
Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I think we can move on to another subject. Let's see. What would I'm going to bring this up just because I got to. Who do you think was the hottest female Power Ranger?
Should and seriously,
what
in Legend of the White?
Jay, you're cutting in and out.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
He's talking about Legend of the White Dragon again.
Oh,
I was saying that for Legend of the White Dragon, they should bring Amy Jo Johnson there.
they should. There's no.
They should, yeah. Now, movie fan, what was your question?
I was going to ask this: Who do you think is the hottest female Power Ranger of all time?
Oh God,
I know, that's a tough call.
that's a tough one. And this is
Oh.
all female Power Rangers.
I
Sure,
guess
yeah.
so.
Well,
This
Because
is
if it
all
is,
female Power
that will be
Rangers?
Kim.
well, I'm starting
That
with
would
female, but I
totally
can
be
always
Kim.
change the buck up a little.
Hmm. Okay, well, Jay's given his answer.
What'd you say?
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry.
did.
Jay said Kim.
I was saying that it will be Kim.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to hear your answer, movie fan, before I give mine.
Well, for me, I just got to pull this one up for a second here. I can't help it. But for me, I would have to say Kimberly, and definitely, Tui Trang, better known as Trini, would definitely be a second on that one. But that's just me, because Kimberly, she was beautiful. There's no denying it. And
Yeah, she is.
I never thought much of the Yellow Ranger from Lost Galaxy. I think she was overrated. That's the problem.
Maya.
Yeah, Maya.
Yeah, she's all right though.
Yeah,
but to me, it's Kim. But if I have to pick my favorite Pink Ranger, it will have to be Jen. Jen is my favorite Pink Ranger because she's the coolest, the toughest. And also, you felt bad for her from what happened in the beginning, and she's like a Pink Ranger that could be great.
Yeah, that's true. DHR says for me, Trini is sexy. No doubt about that. No doubt.
See,
all right, go ahead.
For me, it's a toss-up between Jen from Time Force.
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk about that leather outfit she wore in Wild Force, though?
Oh, yeah. The black one? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She is cool. Mm-hmm. She looks so cool in that. So, yeah. While Kimberly is cute and she's... Yeah. Yeah. I would say this. While Kimberly is cute and she's also, the hottest Ranger, we could say, but in terms of my favorite Pink Ranger, it's Jen. And not because that she's awesome and she can tough.
Yeah, that's true.
So, again, for me, sexiest female Ranger of all time, for me, it's a toss-up between Jen, Kira. It's a toss-up between Jen, Kira, and, believe it or not, Tori from Ninja Storm.
Oh, yeah, she was cute. She really was.
Tori is a goddamn cutie.
They're all great. Oh, they're all great.
Yeah.
They're all great females.
Yeah. Here, hang on a minute. Here's one from Bro again. So,
Maya. Ooh, Maya. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll agree with that. Maya is kind of better than Catherine.
I never did like Kat. I mean, she was good as a Power Ranger in Zeo. She was good there. But as a replacement for Kimberly and as a love interest replacement as well, no.
God, no.
Yeah, that's not my cup of tea.
I have always shipped Tommy and Kim.
Yeah, me too. I think just about everybody has, except for a couple. Even though they've tried to cram the idea of Tommy and Kat down our throats. Case in point, Soul of the Dragon comic.
Soul of the Dragon, yeah. I was about to reference that myself.
Yeah, and of course, supposedly, apparently, they did have Tommy and Kat holding hands at the end of the Dimensions in Danger 25th anniversary episode. But I find that doesn't mean anything.
That doesn't mean jack shit.
No, it doesn't, and that's true. That's true. It doesn't. I've got a lot of friends and so on who I've held hands with, and so what? Big deal. That doesn't mean anything. That's about as meaningless as it gets.
Catherine is in fact overrated.
Yes, she is. She is.
Yeah, she is. She though.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kat. I'm sorry to any Power Rangers fans watching this who disagree, but Kat is overrated.
Yeah, she is.
Now, Cat Manx from SPD, on the other hand, ooh, I could go on and on about her.
True.
Oh.
True.
Cat
She
Ranger.
is so cool and awesome.
I love Cat Manx.
And a great genius.
Damn straight.
She's a great genius. Right there. Right there with both Ethan and Billy.
Literally
and Trip
made
as
the
well.
entire
They're
arsenal
both great.
for SPD.
They're all great geniuses.
Cat literally made the entirety of the SPD arsenal.
That's true.
Much like Miss Fairweather did for Lightspeed Rescue.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Again,
oh, hang on a minute. Hang on.
One of my favorite characters from SPD. And one of the best geniuses right there with Ethan, Trip, and Billy.
Oh yeah. I love Trip. Don't.
Yeah.
I love Trip.
You know, I can name another good genius, Cam from Ninja Storm.
Ninja Storm, yeah. Cam's a good one.
Yeah, he is. And you know what? Let's see. Since we're on the subject here, we talked about the hottest females. Would anyone want to say who would probably be the best male Rangers in general? Take your pick. I don't care. Whatever you want to call it.
As in, like, are we talking looks or how they lead their teams, or what are we talking about here?
I don't know. We could be general about that. I don't know. Yeah, forget it. Never mind. Who would probably be the best?
Wow.
What?
While Jen is a great leader, female. While Jen is a great female.
Let's go with that
leading ranger. I would say either Jason, Tommy, or Cole, or Commander Kruger.
Give me Carter any day. I'm sorry.
I'm a sucker for Tommy. I don't know. I can't help it. I'm a sucker for Tommy.
Okay, I'm gonna admit my Lightspeed Rescue bias is kind of showing here since I literally grew up on it. But give me Carter any day. For leaders, give me Carter any day.
Yeah, that's true.
That's don't true. Fuck with Carter Grayson.
Of course, Doggy Kruger is a great leader.
Doggy Kruger was good too, but you don't fuck with Carter. Enough said.
Right.
I know.
Okay, let's see.
Here's
a good one. Here's a good one to cover, I think. What would be your guys' favorite Power Ranger game of all time?
Battle for the Grid, hands down.
I haven't played that yet because I don't like paying for games online, but I could see how that would be a winner, hands down, without a doubt. But for me, I'm always a sucker for the old cartridge games. I get
that.
Yeah. For me, I would definitely have to say my favorite Power Ranger game of all time, at least for the old cartridge games, would have to be, let me see. I would have to say, I'm going to have to categorize this one. In fact, I did on a video, which I'm probably going to release again this year because for my Video Game Wednesdays this summer,
right.
I would have to say...
I'm going to have to go with Battle of the Grid.
I can understand that. For me, it would have to, like I said, it would have to be the Super Nintendo version of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers because that was great.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah,
it was true to what we had, but for the movie, the Sega Genesis one was definitely more true to the movie to some degree. Well, okay, it had a little more relation to the movie compared to the Super Nintendo one, which really had absolutely nothing to do with it at all.
Wasn't there also like a cartridge-based fighting game for Power Rangers?
Yeah, the Fighting Edition is probably the greatest one ever.
Fighting Edition, that's what I was thinking of.
Because you get to fight as almost every Megazord at the time, except for, of course, the Megazord and the Dragon Zord, which should have been an option, but it wasn't for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, that was a great version. I absolutely love that game. In fact, I fought my nephew on that quite a few times. It's been a lot of back and forth. Sometimes he wins, and sometimes I win. It's all good. But for the case of like what's more accurate to what we like here in this country, without a doubt, Power Rangers from Super Nintendo definitely spot on compared to the Genesis one, which feels more like Zhu Ranger, but at the same time, the problem is it feels more like Street Fighter, which is the bigger problem. At least that's the complaint I always hear.
Hmm.
And as for the movie, without doubt, the Super Nintendo, not even close to the movie at all. It's got some good graphics and all, but every bit of it has absolutely nothing to do with the movie. Whereas for the other one, well, yeah, you get some moments with Ivan Ooze, you get the Oozeman battles, and you got a flashback sequence, which seems out of place, but still, it's fun to play. That's just it. But, yeah. And as for, but the Fighting Edition, that's great, especially since all the Zords you could play as. And even the villains you could play as, too, except for Ivan Ooze. For some reason, he's not an option. Okay, do I dare bring that up from Sky's Dub, talking about Kimberly? I don't know if I should.
If you're worried about it, then don't bring it up.
I don't think I will, Skies. Sorry. But, I will bring up, but, just speaking on a private conversation here in a way, Saban and them, they were very careful for that time because, she definitely was covered. And I know guys know what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
So we'll leave it at that. Jason the Goat? What do you mean by that, DHR?
Greatest of all time.
Oh, I'm sorry. That kind of abbreviation really kind of always throws me. I don't know what it is. I never did learn to speak text or whatever you want to call it.
You're not the only one here.
I did. Yeah,
Oh,
I did.
God.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
God,
Oh, here's a good one.
Fucking Shattered Grid movie would be amazing.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Well, that would be great. Anybody think we're going to get like a Power Rangers Shattered Grid movie? Oh, I would
awesome.
love that.
That would be awesome. And the Ninja Turtle one, don't forget that. That would be great. But it would have to be done.
That would be a great reunion.
Yeah. Or regular animation.
That would be a great reunion
one of
movie.
The two. I don't care which one. One of the two. I don't care. Anyone would
and by reunion, I mean the original cast from Mighty Morphin to Beast Morphers should come back.
Everyone, yeah. And we should also get in Power Rangers Hyperforce.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that would be great. I would love to
Power
see
Rangers
that.
Hyperforce happened, people. Don't forget that. Power Rangers Hyperforce happened.
And you know what?
And
Jordan brought up a good one. What? Go ahead.
And of course, Bulk himself was the yellow Hyperforce Ranger.
Yep. Totally. Okay, now I got to bring this up. Jordan brought this up. What happened to the Mmpr fan film? I know you already got the answer to that one. My bro answered that one already for us. The fact is, it got scrapped. You know? I mean, they tried. They really tried. But unfortunately, they just could not pull it off. And it's a sad fact because I remember the trailers for that. It looked awesome.
I know. I wish we could get that. But at least for what we got, which is Power Rangers Unworthy, that is the best fan film Power Rangers series ever.
One of them, anyway.
I actually still have yet to see Power Rangers Unworthy.
And now I'm looking forward for episode 4, which is going to be connected to the other series that I enjoy a lot, which happens to be Shattered Past.
I haven't seen either one of those, actually. I need to.
You got it. You got to check that out.
You sure about that, bro?
I've heard
because of the copyright issues.
I've heard really good things about both of those, and I need to watch them.
Yeah,
you should.
Unworthy is incredible.
And the YouTube channels happen to be from both Crimson Vision Studios and Unworthy Productions.
Rightfully so, huh?
I've heard really good things about Unworthy in specific.
Oh yeah,
more phenomenal, I would say.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this. This brings up a thing that I think we need to cover. What about the fan films? Since they have really become all the rage lately, especially since Hasbro's been so tight-fisted on using footage and all that. And not to mention the other garbage that's going on in Hollywood. And I know everybody knows what I'm talking about, and we're going to leave it at that.
Yeah, let's.
What what about the fan films? Do we see some big potential there? Do we have some good possibilities? I think yes, because I've seen some real good ones. Yes, Unworthy is definitely the greatest one right now.
I was going to say if Unworthy and Shattered Dreams are as good as they say, as you guys say they are, then I could see some potential there.
Yeah, and another great one that I saw years ago, which sadly didn't last very long. It was I want to call it a prequel, a fan film prequel, Zordon of Eltar. That was
I've
awesome.
seen that.
I'm
Yeah.
planning on watching
I've
it
seen
because
that.
I need
It
to
is
see that.
awesome.
Yeah, and of course, don't forget the same guy created Teenagers with Attitude, which I think may have been part of the inspiration for what happened in the 2017 movie because they were in detention. I swear that was part of it.
Probably.
I need to see that too. I'm planning on it.
And
I mean, there are a lot of fan films I need to plan on watching them.
Yeah, the sad thing is he was going to make a follow-up to the Teenagers with Attitude thing, and unfortunately didn't pan out. He ran out of funding. That's what it was.
Oh.
But yeah, the sad thing is he was going to introduce 2 Green Rangers, Tommy and his sister. What an idea.
That would
2 Green Rangers?
Yeah, that was the idea. Rita was going to give the power to both Tommy Oliver and his sister, and they were both going to be Green Rangers. And
wow.
Yeah, I know, right? Mind blown.
I'm actually kind of glad. Speaking of like female Green Rangers and whatnot, I'm actually kind of glad that Dino Fury has canonically made the first female Green Ranger.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I was surprised.
I'm actually really happy about that.
Yeah, I agree. Because, people have been wanting this for a long time, and
exactly.
I don't have a problem with that. What I did have a problem with was the idea what they were trying to cram down our throats for the sequel that never happened to the 2017 movie, turning Tommy into a girl. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but,
that one was ridiculous.
But I'm sorry, but I'm all for equality and all that, and I got no issues with that sort of thing. But the problem is he is well established as a guy. That's the problem. And
hey guys, listen to this.
What?
Something I just found on Reddit from the Power Rangers subreddit. Caption: How did I just notice this? It's a YouTube comment. I'm still not a fan of the design of this Megazord, the 2017 Megazord.
Yeah.
But after someone pointed out something I missed, I'm at least a fan of its creation. The Zords take the forms of the most powerful creatures on the planet, and at that moment, it was Goldar. That one missed detail made me love this moment.
I did catch that back in the day. It did look like Goldar. The problem was everyone was busy referencing Optimus Prime as it. That was the problem. Everyone kept seeing Transformers in this whole thing. And yeah, I did catch that he did look like Goldar.
I actually never noticed that. That just makes me love that moment even more now.
Give or take.
Oh, shit.
I did love the moment. I won't lie about that. And yeah, I did catch that.
Apparently, Sky's Dub has found the Shattered Grid episode 1.
And of course, the best moment. And of course, to my opinion, along with the Megazord battle, the best moment I love from the 2017 movie is that they made a reference to
What?
Movie fan, highlight Sky's most recent comment.
Oh, this I gotta look up.
Yeah, the Shattered Grid episode 1.
I was saying that I love the part with I was saying that I love the reference to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie with the theme song in the 2017 movie.
Oh yeah, I loved that.
Wait a minute. I'm kind of looking at the footage here. It looks to me like part of it was taken from... Oh, wait a minute. Bro, are you pulling a fast one on me here?
Please don't be.
Because I'm seeing the Shattered Grid promo that Jason David Frank did, but behind it, I'm seeing comic book images and the Beyond the Grid game and a few others.
Oh, yeah. That's what I saw.
That is, if that's the right one I'm finding here. To that I go. dude, you know, but at the same
I
time,
thought there was one. I mean, to be honest, I thought there was going to be a live action movie, but I was wrong.
yeah, I know. It was kind of a lead on and, in a way, a letdown for a lot of people because everyone was so stoked about the idea. But, you know, at the same time, you know, like I said before, I don't think that it would work as a live action movie because,
No, it wouldn't.
sure, he could pull off the Lord Dracon look, but what about the Tommy Oliver look from the other dimension? They'd have to use special CGI software to make him look as young as he was.
They'd have,
And that would cost money.
they'd have to digitally de-age him.
Yeah, yeah. And the problem is, even though it does work, we have seen it look pretty obvious because it's in its infancy at the moment. Because look what happened to Samuel L. Jackson for that stupid Captain Marvel movie. He looked too obvious, way too obvious.
Well, but I found the Captain Marvel movie to be entertaining.
Well, it wasn't for me, but that's just me talking. So, yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm actually gonna have to leave stream. It's getting late, and I actually haven't had dinner yet.
Yeah, and I'm probably going to have to wrap this up because I don't know what more we could cover at this point. So,
well, I do have one thing. I do have one thing in mind. Is that
what's up?
What Power Rangers should team up with other heroes from both DC and Marvel?
Well, okay.
That's
going with Marvel first. At least I'm going with Marvel first. I don't know about what you guys will do.
Go ahead.
I could kind of see Lightspeed Rescue teaming up with the Avengers. I could kind of see that.
Yeah, I could see that too. But for me, I would love to see Lightspeed Rescue teaming up with Captain America, Hellboy, and Liz Sherman, since they're both having common to fight against demons and monsters.
Yeah, interesting.
I could also see a Lightspeed Rescue Hellboy team up.
For me,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
For me, I could picture an interesting one. I don't think I have any particular Ranger in mind, but I could just picture a Power Ranger teaming up with Venom.
That would be cool.
I mean, I think in this one you could just pick anyone you want, and that would be interesting. But can you picture him with? Can you just picture Venom with Power Ranger powers?
That would be kind of cool.
I don't know, but I would love to see Spider-Man teaming up with Zeo, Time Force, and RPM, and probably Beast Morphers. I think.
Oh, okay, I got a good one.
Out of those, like going off of what Jay said, out of those four, I could most see Spidey teaming up with Beast Morphers.
Yeah, I could picture that. I got a good one. How about this?
With
RPM teaming up with Deadpool.
Black Widow.
Okay, hold on. Movie fan, you first.
How about RPM teaming up
of
with
course,
Deadpool?
In terms of animals, I believe that Wild Force should team up with Vixen and Beast Boy.
Yeah.
I can see that. Movie fan.
Yeah.
What was one more time? What was yours?
I was thinking Power Rangers RPM teaming up with Deadpool. Can you picture that maniac turned loose in a post-apocalyptic world?
Oh God, he would freak because there's no chimichangas.
Exactly. That's what would make it awesome.
That would be hilarious. And of course, Mystic Force. I would love to see Mystic Force teaming up with Starfire, Raven, Zatanna, John Constantine, Hellboy, Liz Sherman, and Batman.
Speaking of Mystic Force, let's do one final question from Dr. Funtime.
Okay, yeah, one more. Bingo.
Do you like Korag from Power Rangers Mystic Force? Also, what are your thoughts on Mystic Force in general? And this will be the last question. This will be the last bit.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wrap this up in a little bit. I hate to say, guys.
But Korak, he's amazing. He's an amazing villain.
He was interesting.
And the fact is that he can enlarge himself and make a Megazord out of himself.
Mm-hmm.
For me, and again, this'll have to be it because again, I gotta get dinner.
Yeah.
For me, I loved Korag. I loved Korag. And my thoughts on Mystic Force as a series, it wasn't like, it's not at quote unquote the top of my list, but it's pretty up there for me on the rewatch. It's pretty up there for me.
Yeah, it's not exactly my favorite either. It's not bad, it's just not my favorite.
Same.
And I do have one final question before you go.
What's up?
And that is, I want to know, are you looking forward to issue 5 of Power Rangers: A Nightmare on Elm Street?
I'm sorry, there's a Power Rangers and Freddy Krueger crossover?
Yeah, there is, believe it or not. And it is wasted.
I read the first 4 issues, and it was incredible.
Okay, recently, this I'm going to have to look up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should. It's free. All you have to do is go to the website of Mmpr VSFK. And you must know, this is amazing because not only you got heroes like the Mighty Morphin Rangers, the Alien Rangers, Masked Rider, but also you got villains and the Dream Warriors. They were in it. And also you got villains such as Jason, Lord Zedd, and Freddy Krueger combined into Lord Fred, because Freddy Krueger took Lord Zedd's powers and turned into Lord Fred. And also you got Jason Voorhees and Hellraiser. I mean, Pinhead from the Hellraiser series.
Pinhead, yeah. Okay, this I'm going to have to look up.
Yeah, definitely.
And here's the amazing part. The Masked Rider got the powers of the Green Ranger, including the Dragon Dagger and the control of the Dragon Sword.
Nice.
And, of course, top icing of the cake and the best for last. You got Dulcia and Ninjor in one shot. And they're becoming one of the main characters in issue 4. So yeah, nice. You got Dulcia from the Mighty Morphin Ranger movie and Ninjor from Ninja Quest in one epic series.
Nice. But with
now,
that...
I wonder what's going to happen. Now, I want to know what's going to happen in issue 5. Are we going to get more Rangers? The Dream Warriors are going to become the new Rangers, including Bulk and Skull. Are we going to see the Mighty Morphin got their powers back and teaming up with Masked Rider and Alien Rangers to defeat Lord Fred? And
well, with that, I feel as though we can call it here.
I think so too, to be honest.
Because again, I want to know.
I need to get dinner.
Mike and Becky and Tiffany will come. If Mike,
I'm gonna have to pull the plug on this.
Yeah,
pal,
we've been going for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, we've been going for quite a while.
Yeah.
Who knows what'll happen next? So we'll just have to pull the plug on it. And I just want to acknowledge that, that's cool. There is a Kamen Rider
and Super Sentai crosses, yeah.
Yep. And of course, I think that's awesome. You drew a Venom Ranger a few times. Love
it. That's cool.
And maybe Mystic Force is a bit better than Operation Overdrive.
And of course, as a whole, in my opinion, Power Rangers, A Nightmare on Elm Street should definitely be turned into anime movie.
And as for next Saturday, bro, I'm afraid I can't really do this because I got a lot going on Saturday. In fact, I got a big date that night, so I'm afraid I can't.
Nice. Well,
Yeah.
have fun on
Good
your
luck.
date.
Yeah, thanks. And definitely, I'm just going to wrap it up here, folks.
Yep.
And I want to thank my brother from another mother, Sky's Dub, for chiming in, and definitely Chelsea for dropping in on us on this one. Definitely loved it. Always great to talk to another fellow Power Ranger fan. And of course, Jonathan, a reviewer. Always glad to have you here.
My pleasure.
Awesome.
Anytime, movie fan.
And hopefully soon we can do another live stream involving Power Rangers or anything else. So,
Oh, looking forward to that.
Yeah,
oh, most definitely.
Definitely. And hopefully by that time we'll come up with some more stuff to talk about that we haven't already covered yet. So, but until then.
Until next time.
Yep.
Keep it more phenomenal, everyone.
Definitely.
And have a good one.
Yep, always. Hope to see you soon. And as always, this is Movie Fan signing off.
Later.